Alrighty. How's everyone doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever everybody is. Hello, hello. Woo! How we doing, everybody? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It is so good to be here. Glad that we can all come together today for the Apprentice League in the Legion season, baby. Hoo-hoo-hoo! Hello, hello. Man, it is good to be here. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the bracket here today. Boom. Let's see who's all signed up. What we got here going today. Let me refresh this. Beautiful. All right. Here's the bracket for everybody. We've got Victoria, Titan Engineer, 24 Chicken, Hell on Toast, Thunfist, Vanilla Chan, Tall, Grump Deja, Verunda, Go-Go Lionette, Kitten Attack, Jarl Poo Man, Chabola, and Carthaxis. Woohoo! We have got a lineup here today. We've got some awesome people here signed up. I'm so excited for today. There's a few names on here I'm pretty familiar with. There are, some new people who I'm not familiar with, but I'm so excited. Shout out to Deja. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Welcome. We're going to take a look at the map pool here today. Let's go ahead and check this out, what we've got. All right. So, here we go. I got to make this a little bit larger. I can't read it. Hold on. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so we've got... Oh, this is the wrong map on my screen. Hold up. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second here. All right, so we've got Aurelia, we've got Desolation, we've got Theta Crystals, we've got Bag Grabins, Faster Than Light, we've got Canis River, Incandescence, Prismic Anomaly, Ravaged, Feast of Hades, Lavender Bender, and Pools of Illis. Heck yeah. Dude, the one map I'm so excited for today is Prismic Anomaly. If we get that today, that's like the brand new map that just recently came out, and I'm super stoked for that one. I'm really excited to see what people are going to be doing with it here today. Yeah, Jason in there saying go Thunfist. Heck yeah, we got some people cheering on. Heck yeah, let's go. Sweet. Heck yeah. Welcome everybody. Welcome. It's good to be here. So I am BigFellas. Nice to meet you. Hello. I am relatively new to the community. I have been playing this game for just over a month now, and this will be my third time casting and my first time main casting. We had a bit of an oopsie with everybody, with everyone's schedule being a little all over the place, but that is all right. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad to be able to show up. And don't mind my background. I haven't figured out a way to get rid of it, but we got some beautiful boxes representing our metal that we're going to be collecting here today, baby. Yes, sir. Plenty of metal for us to collect. Heck yeah. So now that it's officially 11 o'clock, let's go ahead and start hopping into these games. Let's figure out who we're going to look at here first. Let's see what we got here. So, like we said, let's go back to the bracket, who we got going on here. And let's see who we can find and get going. Dude, I am so excited to be here, though. Feel free to roast me in the chat. I'm all for it. With me being still relatively new to the game, I think it's going to be pretty awesome to see some potential new noobs as well participating in these tournaments. So I am so excited to be able to see what goes on here. So it's going to be sick. I'm so excited. We've got, Victoria, Titan, Chicken, Hell on Toast. We got all these awesome people. All these awesome people here showing up today. I'm so excited. Do we have any matches that got people in here? Make sure to show up. Make sure to get in here. Let's get going, baby. But I'm so excited. This is going to be cool. And I'm excited to see how many people actually use Legion. If everyone uses Legion, then sick. It's going to be awesome. So, dude, that would be so fun. I've been trying out Legion a little bit here and there. You know, I'm not 100% like familiar with Legion. So if I get anything wrong, let me know. But basically, a lot of the things that I see, a lot more lasers, huge napalm, and we've got so many different units that look so cool. I think I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what they got for us. So yeah, I'm excited to see what people have got going on. OP, heck yeah, they're definitely still, you know, a work in progress. So yeah, I'm really excited. You saw me on Twitch one time? No? Yeah, I've been streaming Twitch for about the last 2 months as well. So Neb has got me set up here on the YouTube channel. We're testing it out. We're trying to figure it out. Whether or not it's working better, worse, whatever it may be. You know, yeah. So we're really just testing it out. Yeah. So I'm stoked. Let's go ahead and we've got Dejaver's Tal here. Oh, let's go ahead. Let's hop on over here. And let's see if they're going to start getting some bands going and everything. Let's go. Woo-wee. Heck yeah. Keep y'all updated on what's going on. Let me switch on over here. Shoo, whoop. Heck yeah. There we go, baby. Now we're sitting pretty. See, this I'm not super professional with all the tools, but hey, we're getting there. At least I can make it go in and out, right? Heck yeah. We're going, baby. We're going. This is sick. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what people do here today. So, let's go. All right. So we're doing band one pick. I think it's band pick, or is it 2 each? I believe it's 2 each. However you guys want to do it. I don't know the rules exactly on that part. Heck yeah. All right. Cool. They're looking at band map. So let's go ahead and hop over to the map pool here so we have an idea of what we're looking at for bands and stuff. But yeah, I would say the maps that I'm like really excited for, I haven't seen Frontier of Light and Prismic Anomaly. Those two I personally haven't seen before or played on or anything of that sort. And because Prismic Anomaly is a brand new map, I'm so excited to see what people are going to be doing with it. With those like really cool spires of like ancient civilizations or whatever it may be. I'm excited to see what they do with it. Okay, we've got a ban on Incandescence. Got a ban on Ravaged. Nice. Okay, all right. Heck yeah. Switching the map on accident. Here we go. Oh, ban on Aurelia. Here we go. Nice. Ban on Aurelia. Whew. Okay. And ban on Lavender. Okay. We've got our 4 bans. How are you supposed to find your opponent? There should be a game already open for you to just hop in and join. So Carthax, your opponent is, let me pull it open here, is Chabola. If I'm saying that wrong, sorry. All right. Okay. All right, we got a pick for Faster Than Light. All right. Sweet. All right, getting a couple of technical difficulties here. I think my game might have just crashed. Yep, my game just crashed. All right, we're fixing it. Whoopsies. Heck yeah. So, faster than light. Let me see here. Faster than light. Let me pull it up. All right, we got to get back into the game here. Okay, sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. Is this the one I was in? Oh, this is a different one. Whoops. Oh, where's the match I was in? Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second here. We're getting here, people. We're getting there, people. Okay, all right. We are going to switch over. Okay, so we're doing Verunda versus Deja. Okay. Sorry, I think I'm switching it over now. Here we go. Okay. Ban Ravaged, and they're picking Gas Bag. Okay, we're doing this match instead. Sorry, everybody. So, yeah, we're doing Verunda versus Deja. Here we go. All right. All right, good now. Okay, awesome. Good to hear, Carthaxis. Okay. Hello, Nevin. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here today. It is good to be here. Okay. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so there's faster than light. All right, okay, so they're picking up faster than light. Here we go, baby. Ooh, I'm excited for this. Here we go. We're starting on the map faster than light. Verunda versus Deja. There we go. We're going to switch it over now. There we go. Okay. Game is launching. Here we go, baby. I'm so excited. This is going to be good. This is one of the maps I was really excited to see because I personally have never seen faster than light. And I was thinking of different strategies potentially that they could be using on this map. And for me personally, I think this is going to be a potentially really good vehicle map. Because as we've seen with other games, vehicles are really good about the slow push and moving in relatively. They're able to just kind of hang out in the corner a little bit easier than everything else. And so I'm really excited to be able to see what they're going to be able to do on this map, as well as the fact that there's these little pockets that they have that aren't ocean. They're just space. Oh, yeah. Here we go, baby. I'm stoked for this. So, yeah, we've got Deja and Verunda. Deja on the blue side and Verunda on the red side. Heck, yeah. The good luck, have fun has gone out. Excited to see what we got here. So it looks like potentially Cortex on Deja's side and potentially Cortex on Verunda's side. So we'll see what we're going to get here, though. Love to see some Legion potentially. But as you can see, we've got these huge hills here in the middle with 2.1 metal extractions. Still in the map pool. Okay, we're good now? Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, sorry, it's switching over. But you can see we've also got a ramp here that they can fight over as well as this right here, so we can get a lot of energy production potentially. So looks like they're starting off from the front side over here. Deja on Cortex with a bot start, it looks like. And then over here, Verunda is starting up on the hill, which I think is a little bit more of a pocket that you can kind of hang out in, and going vehicles. So as I said, the vehicle start might potentially be what I would personally do because that's what I'm used to. But we're going to see a little bit more of an aggression with the bots, which is why Deja is starting here on the bottom side so we can get started on there with only a 1 metal extractor start, which is interesting to me. I don't think I've ever seen a 1 metal extractor start personally, but it's a very high aggression move that I think is potentially could help get Deja here out on the map, get these metal extractors up and going. right, and get a little bit more aggression on the outside. And if we go ahead and hop on over to this view here, you can see that the commander can't even reach this area. When it turns pink here, this pinkish color, that means that they can't walk on that terrain. So a commander, as well as other bots and vehicles, won't be able to reach up here to get these metal extractors. So they're going to have to be fighting around this structure, or potentially finding a different way to be able to scale that with other units. But with what they've got, I don't necessarily see how they're going to be able to do that. So got the structures coming out, and he's going to be starting from the forward and building back here, as we can see here. And Verunda just kind of sticking right here with the 3 metal extractor start, getting going and getting rolling. Heck yeah. This is going to be awesome. So this was kind of more of the strat that we've seen before with other maps, is where you kind of sit more in a corner and slowly push your way out, right, with the vehicles. But we can see a bit more of an aggressive push with the bot labs and stuff here, though. But we're going to see what they do here, because there's might be different strats here that they do that I'm not used to. We got some rascals coming out here. Right, got little rascals coming out, cause a little bit of trouble, but Deja's commander is there to counteract him, no problem, as well as build up these light laser towers to be able to deal with them relatively easy. Verunda moving the vehicles around, potentially going around to do what he can to get through and get some leakage into his main base. But I don't know if Deja's going to allow that. He's got his commander out here really protecting it, but he's hitting rascals from both sides, which I think might be a bit of a smarter move, because if you kind of want to spread it out here in this case. But he also has this light laser tower holding this chokehold, so he won't be able to get into that. He won't be able to get into his base relatively easy. Right, so as long as he's got these light laser towers protecting each of these metal extractors, he's going to be just fine against these rascals, no problem. But, can't go wrong with a little bit of scouting, as well as getting these incisors up. These are the main Cortex light tanks that shoot lasers. They get out there, they cause a little bit of trouble, they're able to take a couple of hits, and really have no problem, right? Yeah, and here on the top right, you can see all the different, you got metal per second, energy per second, metal production, energy produced overall, as well as army value. In the last tournament that I was able to cast with Neb, he helped me understand that the army value is what we're really going to be looking at for the most part, because you can be ahead on all forms of resources, but if you got a bigger army, you can push back no problem. We can see we're starting to get some grunts out from Deja, getting him out, just kind of get his scouting in to see what happens here, and get a couple of picks from those rascals. But we're starting to build up a bit of a wall here from Verunda's side of these incisors. Now these incisors, they're able to take a few more hits than these grunts, but as you can see, they're able to take out 2 grunts and 1 incisor is still okay, right? From a cost point, right, these incisors, they've got 120 metal and 1,000 energy, right, in comparison to these 43 metals and 840 energy, right? So it takes about 3 grunts to have the cost of an incisor, and right now it looks like they're gone pretty even. Nope. All right, so Verunda took a 1 grunt lead here in comparison to an army value. Oh, but we got an early push from the incisors coming in. Deja's commander's coming over and gonna be able to try to defend, but he's eating them with the construction bots. A little bit of push. All right, nothing too crazy happened here. I missed that completely, but he was able to push through, take out a light laser tower, as well as 1 metal extractor. So we got a bit of a pressure from those incisors. It will take a few more extra hits, so he was able to get through and cause a little bit of trouble. And how many incisors did he lose here? We've got 1, 2. Yeah, looks like 2, 3 incisors that he was able to, or no, that's a grunt. So he was able to get 2 incisors through, and now he's delivering him some extra metal. No problem. Could you please get more fellas overlay so we can see the stats? Could you please lower the Get More Fellas overlay? Where's that at? Oh, whoops. I forgot to get rid of that. I am so sorry. Whoops. Let me get rid of that real quick. Sorry, guys. I completely forgot about that. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Got rid of it. All right. So now we're going to see that, looks like, oh, shoot. Tons of incisors coming over here on this side, taking out these metal extractors. And he's starting to push up a little bit more and put a little bit more pressure on Deja, but Deja only has one Thug. Thugs here are really awesome, a bit more expensive than Grunts, and they do a little bit of area of effect damage. But realistically, with how many they're coming through, they're able to cause a little bit more trouble here to the base, taking out these construction bots. These construction bots aren't cheap. You don't want to be losing them. And yeah, they were also building up these Thugs. He was able to get another Thug out and take these out. One of the benefits of losing all this, though, is that he's able to salvage these each for 72 metal. And all of this he's able to salvage back, but he currently doesn't have any construction bots, so a zero way of building up his production, and his commander is all the way out here, so Deja is somewhat, he's actually got a construction bot out here and a turret, so he could bring this construction bot down here and come and salvage all of this, as well as potentially build up a grave robber to come and eat all this metal to help build his stuff all back up. Yeah, when I said earlier that vehicles, why is this still not going? There we go. Got rid of it. But as I said, vehicles are doing a slow push, but we can see here that Verunda is not taking the slow route. He is coming out, guns blazing, and putting the hard pressure on Deja, giving himself the metal lead as well as the army value, surrounding this one Thug, and able to go 1-for-1, which at this point, Thug to Incisor, if you're able to go 1-for-1 there, then it is so much better, realistically. So if you're able, and as you can see here, the Grave Robber is actually starting to bring these guys back to life, which is really cool. They're able to resurrect. So he's going to be able to resurrect potentially all of these Incisors as well to help bring his army value back to Deja's side, which would be able to help him out quite a bit. And as we can see, there's 726 potential metal here, but he's also able to revive all this, and that would bring it right back on up, which would help him out tons. He's also going to be able to bring his commander back here to help defend because they've got no defenses out here besides these light laser towers, which they can only do so much. But a D-gun is able to take him out no problem. A bit more pressure coming in on Deja's side with all these incisors able to take out these towers, no problem. They're able to come in. How many did he lose? He lost 3 incisors, though. That's quite a few, but that does not matter because he's got enough production as well as enough units to come and start putting on the pressure. And he's telling them, stay in that corner. Stay in that corner. I don't want you out. Now, we're on Deja's side. We're starting to get these Thugs moving out. Let's see this beautiful 1v1 right here. Beautiful action. Wall versus wall. Who could win this? Now, from a economy standpoint, these Thugs should have more economy, as well as the fact that they outrange these incisors, so they're able to put the pressure on them. So he knows that, and he's like, all right, we got to get these guys out of here. Take some towers and get out of here. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to be able to get these towers and start moving out. Oh, but he's looking to put a little bit more pressure. From Incisor to Thug standpoint here, it looks like Deja's got the stronger army, able to push in and put a lot more pressure on these guys. This is what I love about Thugs, is that they're able to outrange a lot of these, basic units. And realistically, losing these Incisors here is not ideal. He's going to be able to bring a Grave Robber in and resurrect all of these Incisors and bring them to his side. This is not looking to be very good on Verunda's standpoint here. And, he's just letting these guys die one at a time. Looks like he's so busy trying to build up his base and bring in a construction vehicle to come and he's trying to build up his economy. But as we can see, the army value is starting to swing towards Deja's side, which we know here is going to be able to be the main factor that you're going to want to have here in the battle. But you can see here his economy, Verunda's economy here is looking really nice. Is looking really good. You know, it's moving forward. Is getting the job done. Right, and so now he's going to be able to bust out a few more incisors, and he's going to have to start building up his defense because we got this whole wall of thugs, but they're not in a very good position because when they're in a straight line like this, they're not going to be able to shoot because, you know, they try not to shoot each other. So, yeah, it's so much metal, a huge difference. Nevin is correct. It's a huge difference. If he's able to continue this economy lead, then he's going to be just fine. But here you can see Deja's doing something a little crazy here. He built a heavy transport to potentially bring his commander in. Now, I don't know what his thought process here, but if this anti-air tower takes him out, his commander's dead. Is he going to be able to drop him off? He dropped him off just in time. The commander is the win condition here. He's D-gun for his life there, truly. He knows that he can't be in that corner for too long, so now he's going to be able to put on the pressure here with these thugs, and these he's bringing out the brutes. The brutes here are a bit more, a lot more tanky than the incisors, so they're going to be able to take a lot more hits. And because he's built up this bigger economy lead, he's going to be able to bring out these brutes a lot more. But when they're bunched up like this is not going to help. This is not going to be very valuable. But realistically, yeah, they're taking a beating. He knows he's got to get on this side to really push at him from the side standpoint. But these grave robbers are helping build up his army right back up right here. And yeah, he's got these grave robbers following up these thugs to help build up the army as he's losing it. So he's putting on the pressure that he needs, as well as building these guard light towers. Oh, but here comes the shurikens. The shurikens are going to be able to do no damage but stun them. So now this guy is these two are completely useless. They are null and void. And look at that. Holy cow, Deja is able to put on the pressure and bring these guys in. And look at all these resurrected incisors able to bring the army swing to Deja's side. Even though that Verunda had the economy lead, these guys are going to be able to put on a huge amount of pressure and start pushing into the base. And because he has no real form of anti-air except for all the way back here, this Lasher now is going to be able to start taking out these shurikens. But it might be a little bit too late. These guys were able to get quite a few. But if Verunda is able to come out here on top, which it looks like he is, he was able to pump out so many units out so quickly that he was able to push back. If he's able to come in here with a construction bot, he has metal for days. 3.6 thousand metal. He's got so much metal for days that he can use. And we've got small amount of thugs and resurrected incisors. I don't think it's going to be enough for all of these brutes and lashers. These missile turrets missile trucks are going to be able to outrange these thugs and realistically put on the damage that they need. But as you can see, he was able to get his grave robbers in and start resurrecting an army again. He's going to be able to bring his army right back up if he's left uncontested. And we can see a little bit of pressure coming from the commander here on the side to get rid of a few of those metal extractors, but he sees his commander is still there, so he's going to bring his whole army to go and put pressure on this commander. This radar up here is seeing that he can see his commander as bright as day, and I don't know if he can just go right past these laser towers, no problem. And Deja's he's not going to be able to move his commander fast enough to be able to defend him. These brutes are going to be able to come in and potentially kill his commander, which is the win condition here. If he's able to kill this commander, then it's game over. Even though, no matter how much pressure Deja's going to put on his base, if his commander's dead, he loses the game. So what's going to be able to happen here? He needs to put on the pressure, but he can't get too close because these D-guns are going to be able to destroy these. He destroys all the tanks, no problem with that D-gun, but his health is down to 15%, and these lashers are going to be able to outrange the D-gun and put the pressure that is needed, but he's able to dodge these missiles. Look at that movement. This guy is breaking ankles out here. Oh, my goodness. Each one's doing 1%. He needs to land 9 more rockets. There's 1. There's 2, 3, 4. Oh, so close, but he's able to move now. He's got an incisor coming in, pushing him on. He's only got 2% of health here, 1%, and there it goes. That is the game right there. Oh, GG's going out. That was awesome to watch him get ran down by lashers. Yeah, that huge economy lead that Verunda had put him so far ahead and able to bring up his army so much faster, and being able to defend his base from that huge push of thugs, I think really gave him the swing that he needed. Now, with that crazy play with the heavy transport, bringing his commander out here to pressure out here on the side, really put him in a really tough spot to to do who knows what. He built up a few towers, but it's not enough for those brutes. Those brutes are able to take so much damage, and realistically, just gave Verunda the advantage that he needed to put all those units that he had defending and just go and chase down the commander. Excellent, valiant effort there by Deja to try and do a unique play with the air transport. I don't know what he was going for, but it looked cool at least. So that was awesome. So it looks like the next map that they picked is Bag Grabins. Bag Grabins is a lot more hills, a lot more things going on there, and it seems like it's going to be a little bit more of room for them to be able to do a few more tricky plays. Now on the other map, it's kind of more straightforward. So close. Yeah, he was so close. He was so close to getting his commander back. So Deja, hey, a valiant effort, Deja. Good try. Don't forget, hydrate up, everybody. You know, we got to make sure that we're all hydrated and moving forward. Heck yeah. Stay safe out there. Hydrate up. Heck yeah. Sweet. Awesome. But no, this has been that was so cool to watch. It was really cool to see the difference between the two and how to really make vehicles work in that moment. He put on that Verunda really put on the pressure that he needed with those incisors. I personally have never seen incisors used in that way to really push into the base. I've really only seen rascals do that, where they sneak right on through, or you push through with brutes. But you know, I think it was awesome. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right, now we're moving into Gas Bag. Let's go. Here we go, baby. This is a map I personally have never played on either, so this is going to be really cool to see their different strategies here. And as you can see, you know, with the bots, you know, you start a little bit forward and move your way back. Now, it seemed like with vehicles, you start back and move your way forward. And it looks like Deja over here, going with the 4 metal extractor start. Nice. Either side you can go on, but it looks like he's starting a little bit farther back. As well as Verunda starting a little bit farther back, and you can go either direction here with the 4. So it looks relatively, to be honest, a lot of hills, a lot of things here. So vehicles might not be the best unless you're fighting here in these choke points through these areas, right? Vehicles going up hills, it is a big no-no. They move so slow. And what do we have here? We have the 1st Legion Commander, Verunda, going Legion. Let's go, baby! The Legion faction. This is the first time in a tournament that I personally have ever seen it because they are available. Legion. Heck yeah. And then we've got Armada here on Deja's side. Heck yeah. Verunda says, you know, I won the first game. I'm happy with where I'm at. Let's try something new. Let's get it going. And it looks like they are both going bots this game, as I was thinking is more valuable here on this map, because bots are a lot easier to get up these hills. They're able to traverse up through these different areas a lot easier, so you can be able to hold these areas on the high ground. Heck yeah. So I'm so excited to see this, dude. Legion. Yeah, let's go. The Legion bot lab we've got ballistas, we've got lobbers, we've got Karkanos, we've got centaurs, we've got goblins. They have grave robbers. They're still working on this. As you can see, this is from the Cortex, and their Legion construction bots. Heck yeah, dude. I'm so excited to see what we got here. So lobbers are their main small units, similar to like the grunts or the pawns, right? So these guys, they are their main plasma bots. They go out and they cause their trouble, right? and things of that sort. And then you've got their goblins, which are their equivalent to their ticks or their rascals or their really small units that they can go out and scout and, potentially pick off a few metal extractors, things of that sort. So I'm really excited to see this. We've got the ticks going out from Deja, doing the typical Armada strat, get those ticks out there, see what you can scout, see what you can see, and he's going to be, it looks like from his standpoint, he's not able to see him quite yet, but he's going to see that he's going to be playing Legion here soon, potentially. If he's paying attention to it, he'll see that these are, Legion units. So let's see. He passes by, and he officially is seen. Legion. Yeah, woo, Legion, yeah! I'm so excited, dude. It's going to be sick. We've got a goblin over here protecting this construction bot, and looks like things are looking good. We got lobbers coming out. Dude, this is looking sick. I'm so excited for Legion. And, their light towers are just straight lasers. They're not like the little pew-pew lasers. These are the bzz lasers, those heat rays. They're so cool.
Battle pause.
Oh, we got a battle pause here. Deja pausing the game. Not sure what's going on. Hope everything's all right. But, so we can see here with the... Oh, he's lagging. Okay. Got a bit of lag. That's no problem. That is A-okay. We've got our typical, ticks causing issues. Right? They're trying to take these radar towers out and everything, cause a little bit of trouble. But we've got guys coming in. But we've also got goblins over here causing their own kind of trouble. These guys are able to do the same thing that ticks do. Come in and really cause some trouble. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, look at that. Taking out, oh, my gosh, taking out plenty of air of that energy production. Holy cow. These guys have such a long range as well. But he's able to get his laser tower up and get these goblins out of here. Quite a bit of damage coming from a scout unit. But it looks like pawns are going to be able to do this. No problem. Get rid of them. So these pawns, they have a movement speed of 87. Let's see if there's any more goblins. I wonder what their movement speed is. This is something I'm unfamiliar with. So goblins, they have a movement of 75, right? So these pawns are incredibly fast, and they can handle those goblins no problem. But we're able to get these lobbers out, and they're lobbing out their damage, doing what they can. They're very similar to thugs. So this would be like the thug equivalent to Cortex. And he's building, Verunda's building so many of them to put on that early pressure, similar to what he did in the last game. With this map being much bigger, he can't get it out faster, so he's building a lot more of the slower units, unlike the incisors. The incisors are very quick. And so he's got a bit of a slower push out here, but that is okay because he's really just looking to put on that pressure and get himself out there to get those metal extractors. But they're pretty even what it looks like on the metal extractor front, right? He's got 4 here, he's got 4 over here, and building up the other 4 over here. So we got 8, and it looks like we got 4, and actually looks like it's leaning more towards Verunda here on the metal game here, as well as the energy. So his economy is looking a lot better. Those ticks with snipers are pretty good. True, I agree. If you're able to get to the point where you can go tier 2 with snipers, heck yeah, I agree. All right, so we got the maces, which are the pretty much same thing as lobbers, but a lot more expensive. So they're going to be able to take a lot more damage, as well as deal a lot more damage. And these pawns, they're doing typical pawn things, running in there, causing the damage that they need to do. Man, look at these guys. Look at these dead guys. Oh my goodness, these guys just lobbing at each other. Doing the plasma rounds. Oh man, they've got a lot more lobbers here in comparison to the maces, but Deja has the defender's advantage, which means that he's able to get his units out and help out much sooner. And you can see they're both trying to get the high ground here. Maces with the slightly higher high ground, so they're going to be able to get the range advantage on these lobbers. He wasn't able to get too much damage out here, but overall, I think it looked pretty good on both sides. He's delivering a bit of metal to Deja. Verunda's delivering a bit of metal to Deja. So, realistically, this might be in Deja's favor here. I think the mace build was a good pick for him. Because if you're going to be fighting with range, might as well fight back with range as well. But we got a whole nother wall of lobbers coming out here to put pressure on the other side. But he distracted them into this wall of lobbers, so he's not going to be able to get too much from it. But it looks like he's going to be pushing up these lobbers to Deja's commander, who's over here on this side, building up a little mini base, but it looks like they're not. Yep, they're lobbing up. Look at that lob. That looks so cool. But the commander's going to be able to move up here. Huge D-gun. Oh, getting 4 of them with that D-gun. And these maces here on the high ground able to take him out no problem. Holy cow. Yeah, these maces having more health is helping out so much with being able to hold the base from these lobbers. Holy cow. Things are looking good on both sides, though. Realistically, he's got okay. Deja has a lot more energy, though, that he's pumping through. But he's missing a lot of metal that's coming through as well. And these maces are more expensive on the metal side and the energy side. So he's using so many resources to try to hold himself. Now, in the case of Verunda last game, Verunda had the resources to be able to defend himself, but it seems like Deja might not have the resources to be able to hold himself for much longer, because Verunda's putting out so many of these lobbers on both sides, and these lobbers over here are going to be able to outrange the commander as well as taking out these laser towers. They are barely just missing the commander, though. And these maces versus lobbers, maces are currently winning. But, early geothermal power plant. These things produce 300 energy. If he's able to get this up, that's going to be able to swing his potential metal production really high, because he's going to be able to build these converters to give him the metal advantage that he needs. But the amount of pressure coming over here to Deja's commander is not helping him very much. But if he's able to get this up, that's going to potentially help him get to that lead that he needs to be at in order to defend himself. Oh, the D-gun barely missing that one lobber, but this one light laser tower is able to help defend. Because this is such a big uphill climb, these guys aren't going to be able to really do much, because he can't see in here. He doesn't have a radar. He's not going to be able to see what is actually waiting for him, and these maces are able to push these guys back. Now, we've got grave robbers here on Verunda's side. He was trying to come in and do a sneaky resurrection on these guys, but you can see that he's coming out here and he's collecting these resources for more energy to help him start moving towards that energy lead that he needs. But he's got to hit all these resources to his advantage here. Holy cow, Verunda able to get all of these resources uncontested, but the geothermal power plant coming up from Deja's side, and as you can see, Verunda not having the geothermal power plant, so the energy swing is going towards Deja right now. But he's also able to get these maces out much faster because he's getting these resources. Is he going to be able to start pushing over here and putting more pressure on him? Because he's going to need to. He's going to need to start pushing into these metal extractors, or else he's not going to be able to do much with them. Holy cow, look at all that damage he's doing to these guys. Unbelievable. These lobbers are not going to be able to hold very easily. We got some centaurs, fast assault bots. These guys are very fast, but their range is incredibly short. So these maces are going to be able to outrange them no problem. Throwing those in between with these lobbers might not be the play here, because these guys aren't going to be able to take that much damage either. Oh, these maces putting in so much pressure now. Putting the pressure on Verunda is going to be pretty good in Deja's court, realistically. Deja wants this. He wants to get out there. He wants to start getting his resources up and going, which is exactly what he's doing. He's bringing these construction bots out and starting to build up on all these metal extractors and starting to swing to his advantage on all resources platforms. That one geothermal power plant is helping him swing into his favor on the resource front. and these maces was such a good buy because for 1-to-1 ratio, these lobbers are no match in comparison to these maces. And he's starting to get his own Lazaruses up and resurrecting his own lobbers. He's got this huge army value difference here, giving him the advantage that he needs to be able to come out here and give Verunda the beating that he needs in order to get his resources up and going. And the swing is now officially on Dejah's side. He officially is now taking the metal and energy lead and army value lead. Unbelievable. Now Verunda may have overall more metal produced, but look at that energy production. With the geothermal power plant, Dejah is able to really skyrocket his resources higher than where he needs them. Pushing him with the centaurs, trying to surround these maces with their short range damage. You know, these maces aren't going to be able to handle these centaurs. Holy cow! The centaurs are doing exactly what they're made to do. Run in there, cause some trouble. The maces aren't shooting fast enough to be able to handle them. They're running in the circles that they need to do, as well as the fact that they do a little bit of area of effect. If they shoot themselves, they're going to do damage to themselves. That was the play that he needed to take out all of these these maces. That was awesome to see. Using the centaurs. Dude, look at these guys go. Oh, they're moving so quick. Go, go. Now they're stuck. But this is giving Verunda the advantage with the grave robbers now to be able to bring in all this metal to potentially give himself, as you can see, metal per second. He's moving up. He's moving back on that metal production, but he only has so much metal to grab from all those dead bodies. Not resurrecting them is not giving him the army advantage that he needs, though, because these maces are coming in, outranging these guys with the lobbers. This army is mostly Verunda's own army, with all of these lobbers coming in. Look at them go. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, these centaurs are sitting ducks if they're just going to be sitting still. But, yeah, there he goes. He's running them in. Verunda's running them in. That's all they can really do. But it's causing so much area of effect damage. Look at that. They're all hurting themselves. They're blowing themselves up. He says, all right, you're going to use these plasma weaponry? All right, go ahead. Use my own guys. No problem. I'm going to blow you up too. Holy cow. Those centaurs are insane if used in the right way. And as you see, Verunda's using them in the right way. Huge clumps coming in. Yep, we got lobbers. We've got pawns. We've got... Yeah, this is all just resurrected army here. This is all completely free to Dejah. So Dejah is now able to get his aircraft plant up and going, building tons of bombers. Oh, he knows. He's seen inside of his base a little bit, not too much. Probably not enough, but he's building all of these bombers as well as a tier 2 bot lab. He said, I've got the resource ahead, and I'm going tier 2. Unbelievable. But here we go. The bombers coming in. The centaurs doing what they do. Trying to handle these maces. The lobbers. All these free lobbers are able to... Yeah, he's got all these Lazaruses to try to put the pressure. He's put enough pressure. Let's see what happens here. We've got the bombers coming in. Here we go. Oh, this is what they're made for. The bombers coming in a wide range. Verunda says, oh, and the big explosion here. Oh my goodness, Verunda's base in shambles. Is he going to be able to get the anti-air up fast enough? He marks the commander, which is the win condition. Verunda goes down. All of those bombers was the play that he needed. With a large map like this, those air units are able to fly across so quickly, and he's not able to handle that. He stopped production on his units to be able to build up those guys and do wonders. He was even able to go tier 2 if he had anti-air ready. If Verunda had anti-air ready to go, Dejah was ready to come back with tier 2 units. Holy cow. But as we can see here, the overall resources was moving towards Verunda's side. But with the production coming in quickly towards the end, it really did not matter. It did not matter. He outplayed him and did an amazing job. Big W's on both sides. That's a 1-1. Dejah and Verunda. Holy cow. That was awesome. GG's, fellas. Way to go. Heck yeah. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket here. Let's move on over. And transition. There we go, baby. Fight night. Yeah, dude. Heck yeah. Dude, that was so awesome. It was sick. Hit a little bit of a refresh. Here we go. Numbers coming in. Poo Man 2-0 against Kitten's Attack. Verunda, Deja 1-1. And a couple of games that looks like either haven't gone through. Oh, I'm getting a glitch here. My mouse is gone. Why is my mouse gone? Oh no. I thought I fixed this. We're just going to restart my game here. I could have sworn I fixed this. Okay, here we go. There we go. Awesome. Dude, huge. That was awesome. That was so cool to see. Can't go wrong with those bombers. Ruining those buff rocket bots and a raid with centaurs. Heck yeah. He needed them. He needed them. All right. Things are looking good, though. Things are looking good. Thunfist and Hell on Toast is 1-1. Chabola is 2-0 against Carthaxis. I think is how it's pronounced. I apologize if that's not the case. Yeah. Heck yeah. Toast Finsk, that one is done. Okay, Poo Man is done. Okay, we're waiting on Victoria and Titan Engineer. Let's see if we can find their game here. And my mouse is gone again. All right. Here we go. And let's see where we're at here. And it looks like we're on Canis River. Okay. Let's see if we can fix this mouse problem we got going on. All right, mouse is showing up now. Heck yeah. Switch it over here. We're going to get a big catch up here on both sides. Oh, my mouse is gone again. Excuse me 1 minute here. Y'all can look at the map pool. I fix this real fast. Oh, and we're fixed. Okay. So we got Victoria on the blue, and we've got Titan on the red here. We have, what do we got going on here? Looks like vehicles on both sides. Ooh! We got Legion vehicles on Victoria's side. Heck yeah. Legion, let's go. Legion, we got Helios, which are the skirmisher tanks. These are similar to the incisors here. And as we can see, we got Cortex on Titan Engineer side with incisors. Heck yeah. Titan Engineer here is going to be able to pick up all of these metal resources. And looks like Victoria is moving over here on the northern side. I guess I'm flipped a little bit. But moving over here on the top side and pushing through this little choke point here. Oh, the lasers. I love the sound of the lasers. Those heat rays. Boom. From a cost standpoint, it looks like 160 metal and 2,400 energy. That's a lot of energy. But they're pushing up here on this side. It looks like Victoria's able to push up here on this side. And yeah, it looks like they're looking to find any metal extractors, and none is over there. So might as well put the pressure on. Why not? Heck yeah. Okay, but Titan Engineer here got their commander out, and they are pushing up with the commander. Huge pressure point here, but if they get surrounded, they're going to be a sitting duck. But it looks like they got Titan Engineer has plenty of incisors to defend the commander. But with the commander out here, there's no real protection very much besides one light laser tower to defend the base, which I don't know if it's going to be enough for all these guys out here, which are the Alaris, which are their fast scout tanks, as well as these Helios that are coming out. So it looks like they've got a few incisors to defend, no problem. Titan Engineer saying, get in your corner. Holy cow. Titan Engineer trying to put the pressure here on the bottom side. But it looks like Victoria is going to be able to just go around. Said, all right, sure, go sit up right there, no problem. Pushing into Titan Engineer's base, like we said, not too much to defend besides these incisors, but these Helios are able to really do some damage. And with the Alaris right behind to do, just shooting up front, put on the pressure, spread out the defenders if you can. Holy cow! Nothing too crazy. Got rid of 2 metal extractors and a bit of wind. Oh, and a huge pressure with these Helioses onto Titan Engineer. Titan Engineer, losing all of their incisors, might be getting overwhelmed. These Helioses are able to outrange the D-gun, building up a light laser tower to defend. Oh my goodness, Victoria just saying, all right, forget it. I'm putting everything into here. They said, going to take out your commander. This is the win condition here. If they're able to take out this commander, that's going to be GG. Titan Engineer going to be able to shoot off D-guns, but that's not enough. Not enough. The outrange from the Helios going to be able to take away the victory for Victoria. G freaking G's for Victoria. We missed most of that game, but it looked like the early pressure, the pressure with the commander just was not enough to be able to give the advantage that Titan Engineer needed. Holy cow. G freaking G's. Bold move right there for sure. Bold move. That is an 8v8 play that I'm used to when I play on front. I shoot my commander out there and put as much pressure as I can. But, you know, when you hang him out like that with only a couple incisors, it's just not quite enough. Yeah, Helios are just basically a better incisor. I agree. That's why they're more expensive. Take twice the amount of energy in order to do that. But energy is a bit easier to come by because you can build as many windmills as you want, but there's only so much metal to go around with the metal extractors. So realistically, G freaking G's there. And let's go ahead and see. Was that their second game or their first game? That was their second game. They went 1-1. Titan Engineer winning the first round. Victoria winning the second round. Huge. Round 2 bracket coming out here. Let's go ahead and switch on over. Check this out here. Switch. Woo! Heck yeah. Checking it out here. Moving on. We've got Tal versus Chabola. We've got Carthaxis versus Vanillachan. We got Jarl Poo Man versus Victoria. Kitten's Attack versus Grump Deja. Excuse me. Thunfist versus Titan Engineer. We got Verunda versus Hell on Toast. Heck yeah. We got some absolute gamers out here. Ooh, there we go. Losing my mouse again. Who needs it? Put on some music. Heck yeah. Go ahead and leave the lobby. All right. Let's get into the next game here. We are going to hop into someone who we haven't seen. Who are 2 contestants we haven't seen here? Let's see if we can get Tal, maybe? Heck yeah. Tal versus Chabola. Let's see if we can get this rolling. Let me try to get into spectator here. Uh-oh. My mouse is gone. Hold on. Hold on. Let me reset. Here we go. Resetting again. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's doing it. Okay. We're just going to deal with it. That is okay. All right, perfect. Okay, we've got Chi versus Tal. Heck yeah. Just waiting for Tal to hop on in. We are so stoked here. This is sick. Okay, what do we got going on in the chat here? What do we got, fellas? Against them, also Legion makes less metal. I did not know that. That is something new to me. Did not know. The more you learn. Okay, they aren't in yet. That's fine. How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone's doing good. Today has been an awesome day for me. It's been absolutely beautiful. The weather's looking great. Things are happening. Life is good. Especially here on tournament day. Man, it is good to be here. All right, we got Tal versus Chi here. Let's go ahead and switch it on over. Legion! Tal's yelling, Legion! Let's go! Heck yeah! Legion! Heck yeah! All right. Woo! All right, we're starting off bands here. Tal starting us off with bands. There is the list for you guys again. They made the list for you in the chat. You can look at it. There we go. Fast and Light Band. See you later. Gone. Desolation. Gone. See you later. Lavender. Gone. Ba-boom. And Incandescence. Gone. See you later. Those are done. First pick. Hades. Nice. It's a map we haven't seen today. Heck yeah. Feast of Hades. Interesting map. I'm really excited to see what we do here today. Heck yeah. We got some chat going on here. We got Neb telling us, you know, we got basically more energy. Heck yeah, for sure. Is there no audio? I sure hope there should be audio. Okay, looks like we're heading in. Feast of Hades here. Heck freaking yeah. Oh, did I get kicked? Uh-oh. I think I got kicked. They kicked me. Uh-oh. That's all right. No, I was so excited. That is A-okay. I'm still new to the community, and that is okay. They start their game. I don't know. Nope. That is okay. All right, we're just gonna head into Carthaxis and Vanilla then. These are two people we haven't seen. And it looks like they are on Theta Crystals. This is an interesting map that I personally have seen. And Theta Crystals is really interesting because you got that one little pond right in the middle. But there's only like a couple of different ways that you can go through the map. And there's a couple of metal extractors that you can sneakily catch and pick up with your commander. On my last stream, I was able to go in and test this map out, and you can like barely get your commander and get those metal extractors on the top of the hill right in the middle. Now, nothing can really get up there, but it's really cool to see. Really cool to see. Let's see. Neb, he's saying you can afford like 4 expanding constructions with very little energy after making just 2 mechs is good. Yeah, that is so cool. Caster oh. Looks like we got a bit of a problem. Carthax, he's got plenty of room here, looks like. The boxes are messed up. Yep, we're going to reset this. Let's go ahead and reset it. Yep, let's reset that. That is okay. Let's go ahead and fix up these boxes then. We can get that is all right. That's all right. There we go. All right, boxes are fixed. All right. Dude, Carthaxis had plenty of room there if he wanted to just build whatever he wanted, start wherever he wanted. So it's just we got it all fixed up though. We're good. Athena Crystals is goated. Yeah, dude, this map looks so cool. I'm really excited. Favorite small teams map. Is it now, Neb? Heck yeah. That is good to hear. Hold on. I'm having... Sorry, my wife is messaging me. I gotta make sure she's okay. Hold on, give me 1 second, everybody. Okay. Everything's good. Everything's all right. Okay, we're good. We're good. Usually my wife doesn't message me like this, so we're good. We're okay. We're okay. Everything's good. She just wanted the link to watch the stream, so I'm getting it to her real quick. There we go. Okay. Perfect. All right, we got my mouse is gone again. Ay. Sorry, everybody. Give me 1 second. There we go. That keeps showing up. All right. Carthaxis here. Going with Legion. This is what we like to see. Yeah, okay, that's something new that I was not aware. This is a 1.8 metal, but this gives 1.5 metal and 7 energy. So these guys, looks like Legion produces a lot more energy, which is why their units cost more energy in order to be made. And we're starting off with the Legion vehicles. This is what we like to see, baby. This is what we like to see. So like these little middle extractors, you can sneak your commander over and potentially go and pick these up here with their range. But as you can see, they can't traverse up on this mountain in order to... getting some flashes. Sorry, everybody. Woo! There we go. But they can't traverse up to get it, but they can still have enough range in order to be able to go and create them. So that is super cool. And then on Vanilla Chan's side, we have the Armada, the classic, the O freaking G. Heck yeah. So like I was saying with this map, you have this big hill here in the middle, and you can technically travel throughout with your bots here and do what you gotta do. Get on this lip, get this extra metal extractor, but here up on this hill, there is a sneaky 3.0 metal that's sitting up here, which you can barely hit with the commander and get it, no problem. And it is really interesting to be able to see what they do with that. So we'll see if they know what they're going to be doing. That's adorable. Getting my girlfriend interested in a bar like pulling teeth. I don't think my wife is necessarily 100% interested in bar itself, but she's interested in me, which is the best thing that I could ever ask for. So Vanilla Chan setting up the classic, the ticks, getting the scouting out, doing what they can to get out there and go. Heck yeah. And then Carthaxis just doing what they do best and just making stuff go. Heck yeah, I love it. I love what I'm seeing here. Typical, just early game, getting things up and going. One thing that I personally am curious about is how people are going to utilize this water here, because for the most part, like, it's just kind of water, right? And there's only really a couple of different ways that you can get through, which is through this area and through this area, right? So you've got the two main choke points. So if you're able to hold those out, that's going to be really, really simple, no problem. But, in military tactics, if you're able to push right through the middle of the line, then you're going to be able to go in and cause some major trouble to their base because you have a direct shot through here. But we're going to see what they do, what they decide to go with, because realistically, the only way that I can see you can get through there is if you use aquatic, anything amphibious, right? So like the Cetus or the Commander, or in Armada's case, right, you've got the crossbows, which only do anti-air. So the only person who has real access to it is Vanilla Chan's Commander As well, oh, we got early tick pressure here. Typical with Armada. This is just what they do. But the Helios are coming out and blasting them with the heat rays. Oh, yeah, look at those heat rays. No problem. Just a little bit of damage, nothing too crazy. Just a couple of ticks dead, and yeah, really, that's about it. Yeah, and into radar tower, dead. But Carthaxis is able to get that right back up, no problem. Plenty of radar. Got 2 radar towers, got another one up here, able to see what they do. So realistically, if Carthaxis really wanted to, they could build the Cetus and go right through the middle and do what they want to do with that, right? You know, that's their potential, what they can do. Now, I personally have never used these Cetus before, so I don't know how well they do, what they do, but we can see that they have a line of sight of 500, right? So they've got plenty of line of sight. They reload relatively quickly in comparison to the Helios, right? We're just kind of comparing them here. They have a range slightly lower than the Helios, so they're more of like, get in there, right? You gotta, but they also have a sonar that's on them, so they can see within the water, right? No problem. So realistically, they do very consistent damage of 77, but the Helios has a wide DPS range of 66 through 133. So these guys are a little bit more consistent, but it seems like they do a little bit less damage than Helios overall. So who knows? Who knows what they do? Who knows what could happen here? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? But I'm curious if anyone's ever going to be using this spot right here, because realistically, it looks like we're just walling up. We're just going. But Vanillachon starting to get their first units out here. Maces, the classics, right? The classic Armada maces to start building up their walls. They don't really have very many units right now, so if Carthaxis, starts putting pressure on, Vanillachon won't really be able to do much. But the vehicles, this is a really hard spot for vehicles to get up and down, because anything, uphill here, as we can see, anything uphill is really difficult for vehicles. They tend to go much slower than bots. Bots are able to just kind of traverse at almost the regular amount of speed, but they don't get slowed down nearly as much. So it'd be a lot easier for Carthaxis to be able to push through this side with relative ease. So that's probably why he's setting up his wall over here on this side, is because he knows, or they know that they can't really go up here on this side and put the pressure. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm really excited. We got one tick coming in, causing trouble. Typical Armada ticks. They just come in and make you want to, explode. I'm not a huge fan of having to deal with ticks. When I see them, I get frustrated. Whoa! We bringing in the Desurian, the armored assault tank. That was so cool. So these guys are rapid fire. As you heard, they just go guzzle, 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 guzzle. Big amount of consistent damage coming from these guys, as well as the fact that they have 2,550 health. So they have more than twice the health of a Helios. So these guys are much larger. This is the equivalent of going incisor into brutes for Cortex, right? You've got your big, thick guys who are going to be able to come through and really push through the line, with your smaller tanks able to follow up and do the damage necessary. But we've got the Pharaohs, the light heat ray towers, showing off how they can defend against these ticks, no problem. Little bit of damage against these metal extractors from these ticks, right? We're scouting, we're getting out there, but it looks like this might be the first push on Carthaxis' commander. Vanillachon is able to now see Carthaxis' commander and is able to back up a bit, because we've got the big Decurion coming through, ready to go. Heck yeah, we got the big tank coming through. Now, the range on these guys is about the same range as these maces, but their DPS is much larger. Look at that damage just consistently blasting into these maces. On a 1v1 ratio, these guys are going to be able to take him down, no problem. But in a group setting, these guys are going to be able to take him down, no problem. These guys, these maces, able to take down the Decurion, no problem, because he got completely outnumbered. Now, the Mace's movement speed, let's see here, is 76 or 46. I was about to say 76. But the Decurions are 45, so they slightly are slower than these Maces. So if they get in the range of those Maces, oh, jeez. Lining them up. Just set up a line. Call it good. No problem. Holy. Ooh, we got Stouts coming in now. On Vanillachan's side, they switched over to vehicles. Look at that. I personally have never seen Armada vehicles on a 1v1 situation here. Maces with Stouts. They're medium assault tanks. These guys are... Yeah, I personally don't ever really see Armada vehicles. Hardly ever at all. So this is really cool to see. On a resource standpoint, Carthaxis is taking the lead on literally everything here. With that little bit of metal delivered as well from Maces and stuff, he's got a little bit here that he can come and pick up, but really not that much. There hasn't been too much contention on this map. It's been very much, hey, let's build up our resources, let's build up our walls. They're very much respecting each other and not putting too much pressure. Just the typical tick scouting and the couple here and there to kind of put the pressure on and push in, push back. Nothing too fancy here. This is all just typical, let's start building stuff up and doing things. But as we can see here, Tier 2 coming in for Vanillachan. And that's the main reason why Vanillachan hasn't been putting on the pressure, because it looks like they want to put on the early Tier 2. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here's what I was talking about. The amphibious tanks here coming out from Carthaxis here. Whoo! And the really cool thing about Legion is that they can also do these overcharged metal extractors, which they are able to get more metal from the metal extraction sites, but it costs a lot more energy. So you need a lot more energy in order to do this. And this is the strategy I was talking about potentially they're using, is using the water, because there is nothing here really to defend except for one sentry tower. So this will be, this is going to be cool if we see this work out properly. If this works out properly and they're able to just push right in through the middle, they're going to put the pressure that they need in order to push into Vanillachan's defenses. But Vanillachan coming out with the Tier 2, officially coming out with the Mauser artillery, mobile artillery. Holy... We've got Tier 2, baby! This is so early for Tier 2 as well, which is crazy to me. But the army advantage is still leaning towards Carthaxis because he's able to build so many resources. His economy is booming. Their economy is booming. And it is really cool to see the difference here in the fact that economy is building up that army advantage that Carthaxis needs. Now let's go ahead and see the player view of Vanilla. As you can see, Vanilla has no idea that these aquatic tanks are potentially coming through here, which is crazy to think about or see. And it looks like Vanilla might be moving their troops on over to this side. Yeah, this is something that they don't see. They don't see this huge line of Decurions, but here they come. Here comes the Cetus to come in and put in the pressure right through the middle, but those Maces were transferring over to the other side, so it was very unfortunate timing here. But, you know, it gave them a little bit of scouting that they potentially might use in need. But here comes the two walls pushing in. One full of Maces and Stouts and one full of Decurions. The Decurions moving up, but they have the artillery advantage coming in from the Mausers, Tier 2. Those Mausers aren't going to be enough, though, to really deal with those Decurions, because there's only so much you can do with artillery without the vision necessary, because you can see there's not much radar out here, so they can't see them. They can't see that. The fact that there's this huge wall coming and being bunched up like this is not ideal. The artillery coming in, doing some damage, but because these tanks are so bulky, these Tier 2 units are not being used to their full potential. And the fact that they're being pushed in right at... Holy cow, Vanillachan just saying, forget about it. I'm going to push right through your line and putting the pressure on the other side. Getting the flank on them. But these Decurions are blasting unbelievably strong. Holy cow. With the Tier 2 coming up with the Tier 2 metal extractors pushing Vanillachan's economy up, but this might be a little too late. Jaguars coming out with the huge lasers. These guys are really good at just getting big groups of enemies, but this is a huge Decurion push. Plenty of Decurions also behind in a huge line coming in to back them up. They're not coming in fast enough, but these tier 2s, they're only going to be good if you can put them all together. Artillery coming in. Bulls, heavy assault tanks coming in. These guys are much thicker. You might be able to do something with it. A large amount of damage, but not enough. These Decurions are going to be able to overwhelm these tier 2 units. I think Carthaxis noticed that because they have tier 2, they know that they're going to be pressured, but these tier 2 metal extractors completely gone, eviscerated. GG given from Vanillachan, knowing that these Decurions were just enough to be able to put on enough pressure to take the game. Holy cow. Unbelievable. Those tier 2 units just cost so much to be able to create. I think just it was too soon for those tier 2 units. Holy cow, unbelievable. You could see it was nearly dead even pretty much that whole time until the big push there at the end where those, what are they called? I'm not used to Legion. The overcharged metal extractors started coming out is when the economy lead really started to blast forward for Carthaxis. So in a resource management side, yes, they start off with less metal in the beginning, but with the high amount of energy that they're able to produce, they're able to really start taking off with their metal in the later game. So, holy cow, unbelievable. Whew. A solid stalemate throughout most of the game until the big push there at the end. It was just a resource difference. And, you know, realistically, if Vanillachan took advantage of the fact that they had tier 2 metal extractors sooner, but still used, if they used only the tier 2 constructors to create and still kept their tier 1 units to help push and help build up a defense against all those tanks from the Legion side, I think realistically they could have been okay to build up a defense and really do what they can. But the fact that they stuck with the tier 2, it just wasn't enough. And the fact that they built artillery first, artillery is very susceptible to a very hard, heavy push. If they get on top of you on your artillery, it's just not going to be enough. Holy cow. Switching over to the brand new map, Prismic Anomaly. This is a map I was hoping to see because this is brand spanking new. This is the newest map that has come out, and I'm excited to see. We're going into it, baby. Here we go. Prismic Anomaly. Heck yeah. I'm so excited to see this. Carthaxis versus Vanillachan. Carthaxis 1, Vanillachan 0. Let's see if they can tie up this game, or if Carthaxis can go and take away the 2-0 victory. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be sick. See some more Legion. Yeah, look at these. Look at these awesome pyramids that are out here. So these are supposed to be like ancient structures that these guys that are just left behind on this planet. But there are resources out here that they can collect, so that's why everyone's out here collecting resources, baby. So we got this wide array. This, to me, reminds me of like a paintball arena, right? You've got like the big things that you can hide behind, but for the most part, it is very flat and very much you can come from any angle. So I think taking the corner perspective is going to be, in my opinion, the best choice, because if you're stuck in the middle, you can get hit from both sides. But taking the corner spot is going to be, in my opinion, the way to go. Carthaxis here with the metal extractors and on Legion, baby. Yes, sir. There's also no wind here, so they have to build solar collectors, which are they're much heavier on the metal side on what you need to create, which realistically for Carthaxis might be a bit of a disadvantage because, yeah, you start off with less metal. You have less metal in the beginning, but you get a lot more energy later. and metal later. So this might put him at a bit of a disadvantage here in the early game. Vanilla-chan doing the classic, you just build it up, get it going, and going with the vehicles, though. Armada vehicles in the beginning. I was saying that, I'm not used to seeing Armada vehicles, but Vanilla-chan firmly believes in them. So I'm all for it. I love seeing new stuff. I love seeing new strategies. So I say go for it. And as well as the Legion vehicle plant, heck yeah. Carthaxis said, it worked last time. Let's do it again. Let's get these vehicles up and rolling. So I'm so excited to see what goes on here. Yeah, so look at these solar collectors from Legion. They look so cool. Getting all that solar. Yes, sir. Looks super cool. I absolutely love it. For me, Legion kind of represents a little bit more of these pyramids, right? Full of energy, pointy. Super cool. Vanilla-chan, killing it, ready to go. Getting these vehicles out here. So yeah, I think the matter of this is going to be getting that early aggression, getting what you can, and sticking to, fanning yourself out, coming in and building up out this way, right? So you kind of want to start building out that way, right? Doing what you can and building out in a fan, right? In a cone. That's going to be the objective here. Protecting yourself in a cone. Do what you can. We've got these awesome rovers, baby. The rovers, the scout light tanks from the Armada side. Look at these little dudes. Heck yeah. Little rovers. Just like Mars. You got the little rovers. Heck yeah. Get them out there. And we got a wide spread of scouting coming out from Vanilla-chan. Super cool. Carthaxis building up the Helios, the classics, the lights, the little guys. Super good. Super cool. We're not going to see any fancy strategies with water, even though there's like these little holes here. So, listening to first game? Okay. Listening to the first game at first. So, all right. But yeah, let's see these because I don't think these guys can go through these holes. Yeah, so you can see that they can't really go through over these holes with the vehicles here. As well as these scouts, guys. Yeah, they really can't. So these holes are kind of there for aesthetics, it really seems like. But for the most part, I don't know. The only real way I can see you using them is, you can land ships in there, I guess. But that's about it. That's really about it. Vanilla-chan really taking the wide approach here. Really sticking to scouting out a lot more on the wide front. And this is an interesting way to scout because usually you want to use radar to scout and just use the radar to give yourself an idea, but they're using early rovers to scout. And here we go, a couple of rovers coming in. Yeah, Carthaxis sees them, no problem. These Helios is going to be able to handle these rovers, easy peasy. And they've got plenty of Pharaohs over here to defend as well. So, yeah, it looks like no problems coming out here. Nothing too crazy. Vanilla-chan getting the first scout out. And let's see. This is their first couple of combat units, really. Besides the scouts, it's going to be Stouts and Janus. Okay, Janus, those things are pretty expensive for the early game. But if you're able to use them properly and outrange the Helios that we have here, then I think they're going to be used properly. But it's going to be hard really microing these guys when you've got the whole map that you really need to worry about. And Vanilla-chan taking the really wide approach, and Carthaxis saying, I know you don't really have very much out here, so I'm just going to build straight up. No problem. And you can see here, they're pretty even with how they're building. Vanilla-chan using the commander to build, but Carthaxis using the construction vehicle to build and getting that out there. So Carthaxis looks like that they're using their commander to kind of push more on the right side here, to put the commander more on the aggressive on the front line, while Vanilla-chan is keeping their commander here on the sideline. But we got one little rover out here trying to get a scout to figure out when Carthaxis is going to be building their stuff, where they're building their stuff. But we got one Helios to protect this one little construction guy. Love seeing it. we got the first little push in here with these Helios, taking out a tick. But Vanillachon had their ticks to watch over and see. We've got the radar here to see. Yeah, they know. Carthaxis knows this is where they're coming, and they can see that all these guys are coming in. Now, as we predicted, right, the metal per second is leaning more towards Carthaxis here, or not leaning more towards Vanillachon over here because of the fact that Legion gets less metal. But we can see Helios coming in, taking on the Stouts. Nothing too fancy here. Bounce the guy. Holy. The Janus bouncing the Helios. That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh, the Carthaxis commander here showing that their main weapon is the lasers. I love the lasers. That construction vehicle, very expensive. Not an easy thing to lose. That hurts. But Vanillachon seeing that the commander is down here, so trying to put on the pressure. But Carthaxis able to get their turrets up and defend. With the Helios coming around the side, taking out the Stouts with ease. Holy cow. These guys doing so much damage. These Helios have the potential to do so much damage. Their damage range is quite wide. But we've got this little rover over here causing trouble to this guy, trying to poke at him while they're fighting. But realistically, not going to be able to do too much. If they lose that construction vehicle, you can see metal and energy per second leaning towards Carthaxis now, because I bet you they switched over to the overcharged metal extractor. So yes, they may have lost a little bit of energy, but these advanced solar collectors are huge, giving 100 energy per second on a windless area. It is so cool to see the huge amount of energy that these things build. Now, do we see any? Yeah, there are no advanced solar collectors, so that's why. Yep, they're just getting their first one, Vanillachon. But these guys produce less energy for their advanced solar collectors, but they are cheaper overall for what they have to spend. But because Carthaxis is getting these the solar collectors up much sooner, they're going to be taking advantage of being able to take advantage of the resource advantage. Now, the army advantage is leaning towards Vanillachon, which I think is where Vanillachon can take advantage of the situation. But Carthaxis is getting up the Decurions now. Now that they have 3 advanced solar collectors, Carthaxis can do that no problem. They can get their Decurions up and do the same strat that they did last game, which is set up these Decurions, build a wall, push through. Do what you got to do. But these Januses are going to be, if they're used properly, they can handle these, potentially handle these Decurions, I think, because what's their speed? Yeah, their speed is faster, so they can kite these guys out if used properly. And Vanillachon moving up and taking the metal lead here, because they've made it to the top. Both of them made it to the top. There's a couple of metal extractors that were missed by Carthaxis, though. But it seems like they don't really care, because they have officially taken the army lead, and they're putting the pressure on now. Here we go. Line versus line. Yep. So with the fact that Vanillachon went vehicles first this time, the vehicles have a lot more health, and so they're not going to be able to be pushed through as easily as the bots, as the bots and vehicles that they had last round. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens here. They got the radar up, so now they can officially see all these guys in here except for this one for some reason. Yep, this pyramid hiding them. You can use these pyramids to hide. Why not, right? But these Decurions coming in, they're pinching on these guys. Oh, big damage, doing 30%. These Januses can do so much damage if left alone, but it looks like they're just pushing in. Carthaxis pushing in now with his Decurions, which is exactly what we said he was going to do. Build a big wall of Decurions and push in. That is the strat here. And Carthaxis officially taking the lead on every aspect of this game. Holy cow. These Stouts being grouped up like this is not ideal, because they're not going to be able to shoot past each other. Holy. Sorry, gotta look. There we go. Okay, fixed it. Little Rover sitting here in the wreckage, mourning over his brethren that have been lost to the Decurions. But now officially, Carthaxis with his commander moving out here, collecting all of these metal extractors, dude. This is insane. He's able to get these out, building up his energy per second with each of these metal extractors as well, to get what he needs. He's able to start busting all these out and taking the field advantage, building this beautiful number 7 here to defend everything. Realistically, Vanillachon is stuck officially in the corner with their base, and all of their units are right here in this. If they're able to get these Januses in line and start taking out these Decurions, that's going to be the only way that I can see Vanillachon getting out of this corner. But they see an opening. They see a little opening, but little do they know, a mass amount of Decurions coming in a line to come and potentially cause more trouble. Oh, but big damage here from both sides. Oh, man. These Januses doing so much. These Decurions, that's what you need to protect. But these Decurions know that that's what's the damage. Oh, big. These Januses ripping these things to shreds. This is what Vanillachon needed. This is what Vanillachon needs. But they also need to spread out all of these tanks. These tanks being together, not ideal. But I think what they're doing is they're shoving these stouts in front of the Decurions to defend the Januses so they don't get shot. Because these Januses, oh my gosh, ripping these things to shred, losing one by one. But these Decurions able to do the consistent damage they need to do these stouts. But these Januses ripping them to shreds. Like I said, if you're able to kite them out, no problem. But they hide behind the pyramid. Not an ideal spot to be. These Decurions doing 1v1. But these rockets hitting the pyramid. So they lose out on all that damage that potentially could have been there. Holy cow. Huge losses on both sides. But the fact that Carthaxis is able to have the lead here, building up a tier 2 air base. Holy cow. Unbelievable. They took down their vehicles. They produced a butt ton of Decurions, but now they're going tier 2 air. Holy. Carthaxis, though, not producing enough to be able to get this up quickly. Still just bouncing. They're officially they're not getting enough resources to be able to build this up. This might not be the right move, because now they don't have the constant stream of Decurions, but these Januses are going to rip these guys to shred if left alone. Let's see what happens here. Huge. This is a slaughter on this line of stouts. These stouts are feeling the pain now. They can only take so much. These Januses are now officially getting pushed over. How many do we have here? There's only one Janus. 2 Janus. Oh, there's a huge amount of Januses. Sorry, there's 12. 12 Januses. That's all that's really left. But that's going to be the only way that you can deal with these Decurions. Some of them starting to slip through here, potentially. Oh, big damage. Huge. Oh, my gosh. The army value is officially switched over to Vanillachon's side. Vanillachon needs to take advantage of this lead on the army value side of things before this tier 2 air base is up, because once this tier, oh no way, the Tyrannus, this Carthaxis has got some huge cojones on them today, because this flying fortress goes absolutely bonkers, but it costs so much resources. 5,600 metal, 79,000 energy. This thing, he's putting all of his resources on one unit that could just be degunned and completely taken away. The issue is that Vanillachon sent their commander all the way to the other side away from their base and is standing here menacingly, looking at this tower, judging it. And I can tell you right now that this flying fortress, if left uncontested, because I don't think they have any form of anti-air over on this side, but they also went tier 2. They went into the tier 2 plants, but oh, big damage here coming from both sides. They got the bull coming in to be able to take the hits for these Januses. The Januses ripping these guys, the Decurions, to shreds. This is the lead that Vanillachon needs to do. Vanillachon needs to push through right now. Take out as much as they can, because if they notice there are no troops coming in to support, there are 0 troops coming in, they are building something big. You need to get in there right now, Vanilla-chan, in order to take out this base. That is going to be the only way. But the Flying Fortress is nearly complete. The Flying Fortress comes out and is ready to go. Look at the range on this thing. Absolutely insane. The purple circle being the anti-air and the red circle being everything else. And let's see this thing potentially rip them to shreds. And they're building anti-air, these Legionnaire defensive fighters. Big damage coming in. Huge. Oh my goodness. And they can't deal with it. These rockets, they can do some damage, but they won't be able to do enough. They're focusing the Decurion and the support pilots. That's not what they need to be focusing on. This Flying Fortress is going to have free reign to do whatever it wants to do because there's no form of anti-air besides these rockets, and it's not going to be enough. They have the Legion vehicles coming right back out to come and defend the Flying Fortress. The amount of resources coming in from Carthaxis' side is going to overwhelm Vanilla-chan at this point. I do not see how Vanilla-chan's going to be able to get through this unless they build their own form of anti-air. But Tier 1 anti-air, I don't think is going to be enough because Carthaxis is building Tier 2 anti-air to come and support the Tyrannus. That's realistically probably not going to be able to be enough to deal with this Flying Fortress. This Flying Fortress still has all of its health. It is sitting pretty with 17,000 health. To kind of give you an example, each one of these brutes has got about 5,000 health. Almost 5,000 health. And so this is the equivalent of 3 brutes worth of health that it has to push through with no anti-air besides those missiles, and the fact that they're all getting outranged by the Tyrannus is just not going to help. Yeah, as you can see, the outer red circle are the artillery that's on the Flying Fortress, on the Tyrannus. The inner red circle are the machine guns that are very similar to the Decurions, more like a giant shotgun, and the anti-air that it also has itself. And it protects itself with these Legionnaires. It is absolutely bonkers. But look at all this anti-air coming in. This might, yeah, because Vanilla-chan's grouping them up, this might be able to help. Here comes the anti-air to come in and do the damage. 1,000 damage being done already. 2,000. Is this going to be enough? The anti-air coming in from both sides. It's not going to be enough. This thing is taking them out fast enough to not being able to do, yeah, it two-shots these Tier 1 anti-airs. But here they come. Big damage coming in from the Bulls and the Shredders. The anti-air flak cannons doing huge damage to this Flying Fortress. But you can see the Decurions coming in on the bottom side. They may have invested so much on these Tier 2 anti-airs that it's realistically not going to be enough. This Tyrannus moves much faster, and so now it's able to go through and start taking out all of the resources that Vanilla-chan has here on the northern side. As well as the fact that we're building spam out here. We've got goblins coming out. Oh, there is the GG from Vanilla-chan. All of these goblins coming in, and everything's happening. There it is. Big G friggin' G's. Carthaxis doing the classic that they did last game where they outpaced them. So this was awesome. This was really cool. Good freaking technique. Everything worked out. Yep, the Legion, just a big resource value here. Huge resource advantage. Crazy. Unbelievable. Super cool to watch. And the fact that we were able to see the Tyrannus Flying Fortress in this game was so cool. So cool. Heck yeah. G freaking G's. G freaking G's. Heck yeah. All right, let's go ahead and head over to the bracket here. Whoop. Let's see what we got going on. We have Tal versus Chabola 2-0. Hell on Toast beating Verunda 2-0. Carthaxis going 2-0. We watched that. Poo Man and Victoria going even 1-1. Thunfist and Titan Engineer. Thunfist taking the 2-0. Holy cow. Holy. All right, let's see if we can find Kitten Attack and Deja. Let's see if they're still in their game. Deja. They are currently on Theta Crystals. Huge. Okay, let's go check it out. All right. Flax is what's needed. Yep, I agree, Mad Brooman. Mad as Broom. I agree. Flax is what they needed, but it just what came out too late. All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to pee myself, so I got to quickly go to the bathroom. Y'all enjoy this game as it gets caught up.
Battles.
Holy. So it looks like Kitten won. GG's. All right. Cool. Sorry I missed that, y'all. But, yeah, looks good. Okay. Did they finish up? Looks like they finished up. Okay. So it looks like Kitten Attack took the 2-0 from Deja. Here we go, baby. Now we're moving on to round number 3. Swoop. Round number 3. We have Tal versus Thunfist. We got Toast versus Poo Man. We got Vanillachon versus Titan Engineer. We got Deja versus Carthaxis. We got Verunda versus Kittens. We got Chabola versus Victoria. Oh, these are going to be some awesome games. Let's see. Let's go ahead and check out who we got rolling here. Dude, these have been some awesome games. I've been loved seeing Legion. It's been so cool. We saw the water being used on the one map. Heck yeah, the aquatic tanks. Dude, that was sick. We saw a freaking flying fortress. Dude, we've seen tons of tier 2 so far. So, heck yeah. This has been awesome. It's been so cool. Let's see. Who have we not watched? We haven't seen Poo Man today. So let's go ahead and hop on over. Yep, we got Toast versus Poo Man. Heck yeah. How we doing, y'all? Good to see. All right. How's everyone doing so far? We doing good? We all hype? Let's get some bar W's in chat, y'all. Let's see some bar W's. This has been a sick tournament so far. Bar W's. Let's get hype, y'all. Let's get up. Let's go. Woo! Bar W! Let's go. Let's get hype, y'all. Let's get excited. It's tournament time. It's Poo Man versus Hell on Toast. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Talver Thunfist. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, people are going. All right, we got bans coming out now for Toast versus Poo Man. Here we go. Ban on Aurelia. Ban on Lavender. Picking Desolation. Desolation going first map. Heck yeah. Raxel, how you doing, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Split screen, both cast, BigFellas. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Sweet. Dude, this is sick. We got Desolation. This is a map we haven't seen today so far. This map is pretty even on height, on lower end, so this is gonna be freaking cool. So, quick ban the cast. No, no, not again. Heck yeah, let's see. Heck yeah. So Toast's pick Feast after Desolation here. Heck yeah. W's, let's go. Heck yeah. It's time to go, baby. It's time to get hype. It's time to get in there. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Also, just to give everyone a heads up, if there's a late delay on what you chat, it's because there is a delay on the stream. I made sure that there was a delay just to help avoid cheating and all that other good stuff. So, if I'm late to replying to your message, that's why. On my end, it's coming right away. So, here we go, baby. We've got Poo Man on the green side here in the blue. We've got Hell on Toast here on the red side on the red. Yes, sir. Join the cast. Heck yeah, man. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Toast drawing a line showing his strategy right up front. Legion? Question mark? Yes, please. Let's see it. I want to see the Legion. Come on, baby. He double dare you. Yeah, let's see it. Let's go. We haven't seen dual Legion. We haven't seen Legion on Legion action. I want to see it. I want to see it. So that's an interesting position that Toast wants to take here. He wants to move up on this side of the map, which is, makes sense to me. It's closer. Might as well, right? Looks freaking good. Let's see. Is Poo Man hovering it? Let's see. He's hovering Armada.
Started.
Oh, Poo Man going Armada here. He did not respect the Legion question mark. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And we got Cortex here on Toast end. Heck yeah. Cortex on Armada, the classic 1v1. Love seeing it. Do we have anything queued up here? We're not seeing what he's building quite yet. Just a lot of metal extractors. And then here on Toast end, a lot of metal extractors as well. He's only built one windmill, though. Wind turbine. Sorry, turbine. And he's Poo Man's also only built one turbine. Ooh, single turbine start on both ends with a lot of metal extractors. Like what I'm seeing. Toast sees the wind dropped a little bit, so he built this solar. Not too bad. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of economy being built up. No units yet. Here we go. Bot lab coming out from Poo Man. And a vehicle plant coming from Toast. The classic. Here we go. Damn, Gem, thanks for the recommendation, aligning it with the map. I think that's a good idea. I subconsciously did that, so thank you. Appreciate it. So here we go, baby. We got a couple of rascals coming out. Bunch of rascals. A bunch of incisors right behind. Looks good. Then we got the classics. Yep, we got the ticks. We got the pawns. We got the constructors. Looks good. Looks freaking good. Okay, it looks like Toast is going to be the first one to get their scout out and going. Got the rascal rolling out. Heck yeah. So the strategies that it seems like, so Toast says that he literally drew a line across like this. So I'm assuming that he's going to try to be building up all of his resources up here on this side and playing more of the slow game, which most of the time Cortex vehicles you want to do. Is you're going to be wanting to play the slow game. But, you know, with Poo Man, the way that we've seen him play, he likes to be aggressive. He likes to move out there. He likes to get it going. So we're going to see what happens here. This is an interesting radar spot here. I don't think I've ever seen, because I would assume that it only covers like this area right in front, but it looks like it goes right over. That is so interesting, because it's based off the very top of it, which it looks like it just goes barely over. So yeah, that makes sense. But we got the rascal staring him down, saying, check me out, I'm going to be in your base. And the pawn's ready to go and run it down. Got scouts on both sides, got ticks, we got rascals, we got all the works coming through. All the guys coming through. Okay, no problems. These incisors can deal with these ticks, no problem. Can't really miss because they got the laser. Looks good, looks good. Both of them taking out the scouts and dealing with them pretty easily. We can expect that from these kind of players. Pawn's taking them out, no problem. Easy. I like what I'm seeing here. Looks freaking good. The typical start here. Now, what we can probably expect is going to be the incisors starting to wall up here on this side, over here on this side, and they're going to start pressuring each of these choke points. But based on the line that Toast made, I think he's going to be putting a lot more of his pressure towards this end, right? Because, you know, I'm just assuming because of the fact that he put a line there. A single line is going to tell his whole strategy for us. But we can see here, he's got turrets queued up here. So he might be changing up his strategy on the fly and pressuring more on this end rather than moving out to the hill up here. Which is understandable if you're going to be building vehicles. But we got this huge line of pawns and 2 ticks sneaking right past all this big group of incisors. But we've got the turret being built up from the construction vehicle, so I don't think those guys are going to be able to do too much. But they potentially might. We'll see. Let's see what happens. They're coming in right as soon as the turret should be finishing. And we can see that the pawns are able to overwhelm each of the things in there. It will take out the construction vehicle. Yep, the construction vehicle is down. The turret is able to handle a lot of these, and the incisors are going to be able to help clean up. Yep, looks like there wasn't too much damage, even though these construction vehicles are pretty hefty price. They're 145 metal, which is not cheap here in the early game. Big group of pawns coming in, but incisors coming in as well. So we've got pushing in from both sides here. Let's see who comes out more on top. The amount of incisors to pawns is a bit worrying to me because these incisors are the equivalent of about 2 to 3 pawns. He's pulling the incisors right back because all these pawns are going to be able to come in and wreak havoc on his resources. I don't know if Toast should have stopped putting on the pressure, but he needs to. He's going to be losing just about everything if he doesn't get this handled. Toast needs to get his commander in there, but he's getting blocked by all these everything in here. Holy cow, he lost so much there. Let's see what he does in response. He does put on a little bit of pressure, but the fact that he has 2 towers here is going to be shredding through these incisors. These incisors, they really don't have much health. Only 820. Each of these lasers, they do your max health 25%. Holy cow, that's a lot. Wait, holy cow, that's so much damage. I didn't realize they did that much. That's crazy. So yeah, they're able to shred right through these incisors, no problem. Poo Man, he's sitting pretty. He was not. His resources really didn't get smashed that much. Toast is able to pull all this wreckage up, but realistically, that's a lot of resources that are going right down the drain. If his commander was in a better spot, he might have been able to handle it, but because of the fact that those pawns move so quickly, his commander is not able to keep up with it. So that's, yeah, I think Poo Man's going to be able to take the lead on that one. Now, the army value is a little bit skewed towards Toast's end, but realistically, Poo Man, he's got a lot more units that he can adjust and move around as he needs to, but it really doesn't seem like he's building too many units at this point. But he can get them out pretty quickly because they're pretty dang cheap, which is the one advantage of going bots on Armada for sure. But you can see now they're starting to eat all these incisors. Look at that. He's bringing these incisors back to life, and he's going to be using Toast's own army against him. So any incisor that you see on Poo Man's end has been resurrected by these Lazaruses, and these little halos representing that they've been resurrected is now giving the army value back to Poo Man's side, which realistically Poo Man now taking the lead on energy, on metal, and on the army value is really detrimental to Toast. If he doesn't start taking all these metal extractors, he's going to be really far behind. But he can't take those metal extractors because he is behind on his army value. Realistically, that's where he's at right now, and he's still rebuilding his main base to try to get this back up and going. But he's got all this pressure that's going to start coming in from pawns, from his own incisors, from these ticks. He's got so much that's going to be coming in, and I personally am not seeing any laser turrets to protect him right now. Granted, he has so much build power that he can actually build it up very quickly, so he should be totally fine. But he needs to get these things up and going faster because he is way behind on a lot right now. Toast does have all these metal extractors up here, so now he's starting to get the metal advantage that they need. But here they come. Here comes the pawns. Here comes the incisors putting on the pressure. This is what Poo Man needs to do. He needs to put on the pressure. He put on the pressure early, so he might as well keep it up. These incisors being lost is not good at all. They do not have anything to defend themselves. They still haven't gotten any of the light laser turrets up to defend. And so these pawns and these incisors are going to be able to put in a lot more pressure. Toast is able to build up a few incisors to be able to come in, and he's healing them up with the commander to help push them back a little bit. Toast is able to push him back with the defender's advantage there. And now Toast is starting to build up a bot lab, which is interesting. I'm sure they feel the pressure, and they know that they need to get more troops up much faster. But here they come from both sides. More incisors from Toast's end. I don't think they see them quite yet. Let's see. They do see them. Toast does see them coming in, but they know that they need to get rid of these pawns, this bigger group of pawns first, before they can deal with these slower moving incisors. Coming in for both angles, Poo Man is able to come and put on the pressure that they need. Holy cow. But yeah, now Poo Man, because that Poo Man put Toast here in this corner and shoving them deeper and deeper into this corner, not able to move, they are now able to build up a lot more resources and take control of the map here. You can see the map is primarily blue. They have so much pressure. Poo Man has got so much pressure here, which is exactly what they need. Now we can see Pounders. These are the anti-swarm troops. These guys, they do a lot of area of effect damage and putting a lot of pressure. But they shoot their own stuff. This is crazy. Here comes all the pawns pushing through. The incisors pushing on from the other side. Tons of pressure put in. Toast standing as commander there. He has to micro all these incisors because those are going to be the only thing that can keep up with all these troops. Realistically, losing so many more resources. I don't know how Toast is going to be able to come back from all this. These pawns went in and ripped the base to shreds. All of these things that they worked so hard to rebuild are now gone again. The Lazarus in the back trying to bring up more troops. So Toast is taking the huge advantage here because he built the bot lab. He now is going to be able to have this grave robber here, build up an army. This is where Toast was thinking. He's saying, you dropped so many units into my base. Now I need to bring them back. He's going to try to build up an army to defend as much as possible. if Poo Man keeps up the pressure, he's going to be able to take advantage of this, no problem. He knows exactly what's in his base, and because of that, Poo Man is now able to build up bombers. These bombers are going to be able to go free, and Toast has no idea. And what's nice is Poo Man, he's putting them in the corner. They're just hanging out, having a good time, ready to go. But you can see here, because Toast is able to resurrect all those units, they are now able to get out there and start really looking and seeing, hey, what is going on? What is Poo Man building? What is happening? Poo Man here is saying, I just can't let him see the airbase. So you need to just defend as much as possible. Don't let Toast see the airbase and not let them react to the fact that, you know, you're coming in with a bombing run ready to go. We got Banshees to deal with the units as they're running through. Here we go. We got the how many bombers we got here? 5? How many are we looking at? Come on. 5 bombers coming in right away. This is the pressure that Poo Man needed to put on, and because Poo Man knew that Toast was starting to resurrect units, they knew that the army value wasn't going to swing in his advantage for very much longer. But here we go. The bombers coming in right on to Toast's base once again. For the 3rd time, his base is getting blasted. Oh my goodness, these bombers are going to be able to rip them to shreds. The anti-air coming in from the commander. Anti-air not being able to do that much damage to each of these bombers. These bombers have so much health. The pressure coming in from the pawns, coming in from the bottom side, from the ground units. The bombers coming in, taking out so many resources. Another 3 solars gone. The anti-air coming in, slowly taking them down. But the pawns coming in from the bottom side, going to be able to come in and shred them to bits here. The grunts, the resurrected incisors, doing whatever they can to defend as much as they can. The bombers not able to take out much more. Those anti-air turrets able to come up from Toast's end. That was the only ways that they were going to be able to defend themselves. But they still have no more energy per second. Their resources are ripped to shreds. The Banshees coming in here on the top right side, taking out all these extra resources that Toast had that realistically Toast no longer has. These Banshees able to come in and just rip it all to shreds. Gone. See you later. Wouldn't want to be ya. All of it gone. The resource, the army value, the overall metal and energy going towards Poo Man. Poo Man is in a huge advantage here with all these Banshees able to go free. When Banshees may not do that much damage overall, but if they're able to just do what they want, they can pepper these guys down and slowly whittle away the whole army one by one. You can see they're not doing much damage, but they're slowly taking it out. Boom, boom, leaving a whole trail of dead units in its wake. And a single bomber bombing nothing. Wow. Unbelievable. Pro play right there. Toast says, guess we should go next. That was a huge swing into Poo Man's advantage there. As soon as he built up all those air, they lose 1-0. GG coming in from the Toast. Coming in from Poo Man. GG. Honestly, that was some very good demonstration of how you can just quickly take advantage of the game, stick them in a corner, and say, you're not moving. You're not coming out. This is my map. The amount of pressure that Poo Man put on there was so good. So good. Absolutely loved watching it. Poo Man has always demonstrated in each of these tournaments that I've seen him in is that he's just very good at the very, like, the basics that you need to have is just go in, put on the pressure, do what you can do, and as we can see, Toast is very comfortable on the Cortex vehicles. That seems to be their cup of tea, what they really love to do. So this map here is going to be a huge advantage for Toast, because we've seen that, you know, vehicles in this map, you like being in the corner. You like being able to slowly push out. And each time we've seen the Cortex vehicles, they've won each time against Armada bots. So we're going to head and see. Don't forget, this is your hydration reminder. I need to go get some more water. I will be right back. Alrighty. Moving in around 2 between Poo Man and Toast here. Let's check it out. We got Toast here on the red side, hovering the Cortex. And then we've got Poo Man over here on Armada. Just like we said, we've seen this matchup a few times now where, you know, you've got the Armada bots coming out more towards the edge here, moving in and then moving up. But then we've got the Cortex vehicle plan where they start on top and move their way down and slowly push out. We've seen both of these strategies a few times now, and realistically, I'm a huge Cortex vehicle fan. That is all I usually play. So I can understand Toast's position here with being comfortable with the slow and steady push. I love seeing it personally. And with the typical Armada bot start, here we go, baby. He's getting out, getting it done a little bit faster than Toast. He's able to get his stuff up and rolling a little bit faster. So we've got 3 windmills, we got 3 metal extractors, and then we've got 4 windmills and 3 metal extractors from Poo Man. Heck yeah. Toast saying, you're in my turf now, baby. Fun game so far? I agree. These games have been awesome. It's been so fun watching these. It's been a good time. Poo Man starting off with a Lazarus going in hot because these things are so much energy, these bad boys. Let's see, because how much big circle here, eat everything. So there's a grand total of 68,000 energy that you can go and pick up on this map. There's so much energy that you can just get going and get rolling with. And so building these early Lazarus to come and pick up all this energy to use is really smart. But as you can see, though, Poo Man's resources are he's overflowing this energy, so he's kind of not really using any of that energy that he's overflowing on. But Toast, he's using plenty of his resources right now, and he's not really overwhelming his resources besides energy now that he's got these windmills up and going. But we got these rascals coming out scouting, and we got ticks going out scouting. Got the scouts rolling out. So it's looking good. Looking good so far. Like what I'm seeing. Heck yeah. Got the construction vehicles rolling out, building it up. They're each building their resources, and I love seeing what I'm seeing. The classic. The classic. These rascals. Oh, we got a pause here. Sedek. Okay. No problem. We can take a minute here. Talk to the chat. Oh, Toast says he's good. Looks like we're good now. Moving out. But things are looking good on Poo Man's side. Things are looking good on both ends. A ton of pawns already made in comparison. How many pawns we've got? We've got a grand total of 9 pawns already made by Poo Man. And then we've got 3 incisors. So they're about even on their resources that they're using so far. So because each one of these incisors is about the same amount as 3 pawns each. So, sounds about right. Even on all ends, nothing too crazy is happening. A little bit of pressure from the ticks, but that's not really going to do anything to these construction vehicles. They got a lot of health in comparison to how much damage these ticks can do. So, here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Plenty of pawns being made. Heck yeah. Nothing too fancy going on here. Regarding this map, realistically, it's very wide open, very available for a lot of angles. But what I've seen with the Cortex vehicle strat, it's really you kind of want to like sit in this corner and build your way out, right? You know, you do the cone thing, but with the bots you want to move in and then you want to move out, right? So that's kind of the strat that you see here. I guess you could do both ends. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it seem like you only go one way, but you gotta want to move in that direction, right? So that's what's that's kind of the strategy that we see here usually with this map. They've got, it looks like Toast has got the tower up here, no problem, easy peasy. There we go, easy peasy. Able to deal with these guys, no problem. Got to move the construction bot here, or it's going to get blasted, though, probably, by all these pawns. Pawns overwhelming this turret. We've got the initial pressure from Poo Man. Just like from last game, all these pawns putting in the pressure. Is Toast going to be able to react to all of these pawns? It looks like Toast is taking a bit of a different strategy from last time. Last time, they took all these incisors and brought them back. But it looks like Toast is deciding not to do that, but instead use the commander to come and defend with one incisor. I don't know if that's going to be the right choice because this commander is not going to be able to keep up with them. These couple of incisors are going to be able to, though. This construction vehicle sitting there doing nothing could be eating these guys, but instead going to be moving towards to make some more these things rolling. Oh, man. A lot of damage done on Toast's economy. Once again, just like last round, Toast is taking a lot of damage, but this time, Toast is moving in. He knows his base is out here on the edge here, and they're able to move all these incisors in and slowly start taking them out. He's got to keep the range away from the commander, but you know the commander is sitting in between all these stuff, but these incisors are ripping it to shreds now. If he's able to get the bot lab, that'd be a huge pick here. Able to get all these things going. Holy cow. Huge damage coming in from Toast's end. And able to come and grab all of these extra metal extractors and everything that he's created here. Poo Man now officially falling behind on the energy scale of things and losing so many different metal extractors. These incisors ripped him to shreds as well. Unbelievable. Holy cow. Each of these pawns out here is not going to be able to help out. Looks like Toast is able to build up plenty more to defend against it. And let me tell you, these incisors are still going. Not enough energy to give to the sentry, to the light laser tower. It's not going to be able to do anything. It won't be able to protect. Poo Man is officially out of energy to defend his own base. He won't be able to use D-Gun. They won't be able to use anything of that sort. They got to get out of that range. Away from this sentry laser tower. Holy cow. It does not matter. Toast incisors are able to take away with so much damage. Holy cow. And now Toast is able to just leave. Toast is able to leave their incisors here. And, just cause any trouble that they want to do. Go in and attack each of these construction bots? Sure, go for it. They have free reign over here. The pressure, I think Toast's plan worked out beautifully in comparison to last round. Holy cow. Yep, you can see Toast is taking away each of the leads now, especially in army value. 70% in army value is insane. And the fact that Toast is able to bring in 4 more incisors to back up their initial group of incisors is going to be a huge buff towards these guys. These sentry towers are not going to be able to handle all of these incisors coming in. Big sweep around the base. What will Poo Man do here? Because they only have 1 more tower left to defend. They don't have enough resources to really build up any more towers. They're already building up so much. There goes the resources. There's the GG from Poo Man. That is a 1-1 from these guys. That is a tie. Holy cow. Unbelievable. That is the power of vehicles if you let them go and run free. They're a lot more tankier than the pawns. The pawns just get blasted. But both sides, they showed that, you know, early pressure is what's going to win you the game there. If you let that do that. If you let them do it. Holy cow. Unbelievable. G freaking G's. Huge. Alright, let's go look at these other games here. Deja and Carthaxis are done. Thunfist and Tal done. They went 1-1. Oh, wait, I forgot to switch you guys over. Woo! Here we go. Man, these have been some awesome games. Toast Poo Man 1-1. We just watched that. Chabola versus Victoria. Victoria taking it 2-0. Easy peasy. Looks like we can go Vanilla-chan and Titan Engineer or Verunda and Kittens. We haven't really watched anything from Kittens, so let's go ahead and head over there. See if we can catch their game here. Here we go. They are currently on Bag Grabins. Let's get in there. So far, it's been awesome. Been really fun. Whew. Whew, whew, whew. Beautiful. Let's roll into this next game, baby. Here we go. Catching it up. Catching it up. We've got Kitten Attack on blue, and we've got Verunda on red. Man, ooh. Ooh. Looks like both teams are going bots. I can't tell what's what, though. Cortex on Verunda's end. And Kitten is something else. Oh, GG's. Looks like Verunda won. GG's. There we go. Crazy game. Wow, guys. Was that nuts? Oh, wait. You guys were watching us. It was, it caught up to the end of the game, so. There we go. All right. All right. Looks like we're moving on to round 4, baby. Heck yeah. Toast versus Tal. Thunfist versus Poo Man. We got Titan Engineer versus Grump. Deja. Vanilla-chan versus Kittens. Chabola versus Verunda. Victoria versus Carthaxis. We've got, let's see the rankings here. We've got Tal here, 201. Thunfist, 102. Toast with a 102. Poo Man with a 102. Victoria with a 102. And those are our top 5 right now. Those are looking really good. Holy cow. That's insane. So let's go ahead and let's see. Who's the top guy here? Who haven't we seen very much of? We've watched Tao. We watched them. I think we've seen a little bit of everybody, but yeah, we haven't seen Fisk. Let's do Fisk. Let's do Poo Man and Fisk here. Or Fitch. Is it Fitch? Fitch? Thunfist? Let's do that. Here we go. All right. Oh, this is the wrong game. This is the last game. Things are looking awesome, though. Looking good. Beautiful. Birder bear. Okay. All right. Heck yeah, guys. I'm so excited for this. This is going to be good. Yeah, we haven't watched any of Fist before, so we're going to watch their game between them and Poo Man. Heck freaking yeah. It's going to be good. They're just getting these games figured out so far. Yeah, Poo Man says he's looking for Thun. Perfect. Perfect. So far, though, these games have been really fun, really good, really awesome to watch. Not as much Legion as I thought there would be. These guys are in it to win it. These guys are playing what they're comfortable with, and that's respectable. That's understandable. You gotta do what you gotta freaking do. You know, I get it. That's all right. But, you know, we've seen a few Legion, and Legion has been popping off. So, it's been good. All right. Let's take this moment. Let's take a stretch break, everybody. This is the last round. Last few games. Let's get rolling, baby. This is it. The finals. This is the end. What could happen now? Who's going to take it? Who's going to come out on top? Will Tal be the one to take it all? Who knows? Who knows? We'll just have to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm freaking pumped. Hoo-wee. Let's go, baby. Come on now. All right. We're still just getting the games together, figuring it out here. Thun is on their way, I assume. Let's get some W bar in the chats, baby. Let's go. Let's see some W bar, baby. W bar. Let's go. Woo! Yes, sir. W bar, baby. Let's freaking go. Gotta get excited, everybody. Here we go. Switching on over. Just waiting for Thun for this game. Unless what if they made their own thing here? Looks like they didn't. Okay. Just looking. Just checking it out. So I'm excited though. I will say, so far my favorite part about Legion so far has definitely been the lasers. I absolutely love the freaking lasers and the napalm. The napalm I think is so cool to be able to watch and do personally. The napalm's fun to work around too. So I personally just been seeing that's been super cool to do. I've been playing some Raptors as well, and with the Raptors, right, so they shoot like the acid puddles, and it's really cool to like practice on them with the napalms and figure out how they work and everything. So that's been really cool. All right, looks like they are getting things together here. Heck yeah. Howdy. Oh, they're going straight in. Bands right off the rip. Faster than light. See you later. Gone. Done. Desolation. See you later. Oh, I bet they know that Poo Man likes Desolation. Poo Man seemed very comfortable on Desolation, at least. Ban Aurelia. Okay. Haven't seen very much Aurelia this tournament. Ban Lavender. All right. Okay. Now what are we gonna see? First pick. What's gonna be the first pick? I'm so excited. Come on. Let's see. Prismatic Anomaly. Let's see it. Let's see, Prismatic Anomaly. New map. Pick Feast of Hades. Okay. We're already on the map, so it's perfect. Poo Man wants his redemption after losing on Feast of Hades. Okay. Perfect. What's going to be the second pick here? Prismatic Anomaly. Let's go. New map. Monoraptor with a huge call out. Go Thunfist. Yeah, let's go. Big support in the chat for everyone. Let's go. Big support for the contenders today. They've been doing awesome. These guys have been killing it. All right, here we go, baby. Starting it off on Hades here. I'm excited. Are we going to see some Legion? I know Poo Man is very comfortable with Armada, so they are probably going to go with Armada, is my guess. But we're going to see what Thun's going to do here today. Fisk. I need to learn how to say that. So we're just going to say Thun. Okay, Thun starting off here on the side, and Poo Man also on the side there. All right, cool. Are we going to see a double Armada start here, or are we going to see a Legion start with bots, potentially, or Cortex start with bots? That's also a potential. A potential go here. I'm excited. Let's see what we're hovering here. Poo Man hovering Armada like I predicted. And Thun hovering Cortex here. Oh. Battle started. Yep. We're going to see Cortex versus Armada. Poo Man on Armada. Thun on Cortex. Here we go, baby. Let's freaking go, baby. Heck yeah. All right, so just like how we said before, we're going to see what happens here, though. I don't know if Thun is going to be going vehicles, but it looks like they're going bots. Yep, they're doing a bot start with Cortex. We haven't really seen too much on the Cortex bots side of things here. Pretty typical, similar to any other bot strategy. You know, you want to build up your grunts, build up your thugs, build up your grave robbers, get the grave robbers reviving right behind the thugs and the grunts, and, you know, Poo Man, you know, the Armada strat, you know, bring your ticks, bring your pawns, rush out as many pawns as you can, get that pressure going, and we're going to see what happens here. Those are the average strats that we're probably going to see here. Poo Man, let's see if they start off with the same thing, which is Lazarus first, which is what they started off last time. Yep, Lazarus going out first. But Thun going off with the construction bot first, right? So they're not building the grave robber to start eating everything first. So it means tuna. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that with me, Matt as a broom. Good to know. Good to freaking know. But yeah, looks like Thun is moving up with the grunts, getting out that early go. Poo Man getting his construction boy going now. Looking good. Looking good. Pronounced Thunfish, I believe. Oh, Thunfish. Cool. Good to know. You learn something new every day, so thank you for sharing that. Appreciate it. We got the grave robber coming out from Toon's side. Nice. Okay. Get that rolling. Now that Toon has no energy, though, this guy's going to take a bit of time to get out, though. But once they get out, they're going to be able to start picking up all the energy that's out here to eat, right? All these rocks. So it's going to be awesome, delicious rocks. Okay. Got ticks coming out to scout. do. Building up the metal extractors. Looks good. Looks good. Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sorry for everyone with motion sickness. But yeah, we got the ticks causing trouble like they usually do. One coming into the base. Easy get. Those grunts, no problem dealing with them. These ticks, dude, they have 132 speed while these grunts have 81. So these ticks can outrun these guys no problem. Being a scout, you know, that's kind of your job, right? Poo Man building the first initial wall of pawns already. Ready to go. While Toon is not necessarily building more of the grunt side of things, but more of getting his stuff up and going on the economy side of things, right? He's already building an early construction turret, while Poo Man isn't. He's built more of his army rather than focusing more on the economics side of things. So we'll see how this works out, though. A couple the tick got picked off. Looks good. Oh, the dual laser. So this is unique to Cortex, is that you can make metal extractors that don't extract as much metal, I believe, but they are armed with turrets on top of them. And so this is a unique situation that Cortex can put themselves in, where, you know, why build towers when you can build towers on top of your metal extractors, right? You know, to me, that just makes sense. And they can do the same thing with their geothermal extractors as well. But we got a little bit of pressure coming in from Toon. Nothing too crazy, just a little guy, a little grunt coming through. The wall of pawns starting to be built up here on Toon's side, but Toon's starting to build up a tower to hopefully be able to defend. They see all the units coming up, so Poo Man starts moving around, right, to start putting in the pressure on the other side. Grunt's able to come in and respond, but pawns are slightly faster than grunts. Grunts outrange pawns by a little bit, though. So, you know, Cortex in this manner, you know, it's all about the positioning when it comes to Cortex versus Armada in the bot versus bot. So if you're able to position your grunts better, you're going to be able to pick off these pawns before they pick you off, which is, you know, to me is pretty interesting. Oh, sorry. So it extracts the same amount of metal, but it requires energy. Or they also, I don't know. Oh, they just cost a lot more to build. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yep, more expensive to build. Thanks, Damn Gam. I got it. I got it now. I know it's a little bit behind, but now I know. Yep. Everyone's correcting me. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm all for it. Y'all can roast me. This is that 1 month gamer in me where I learned something new. It's Legion who's got the interesting metal extractors, but we can see the ticks causing trouble like they usually do. Coming in, putting a little bit of pressure. Pawns coming in, surrounding that grunt. Gonna try to pick off these metal extractors over here, but we can see on both sides now, the grunts are also putting pressure as well, but they ran right in. So they're dead already. The pawns over here are able to overwhelm and take out 3 metal extractors already, or 2 metal extractors already. Grunts coming in, though, doing a little bit of damage. Nothing too crazy. So, yeah. There we go. No problem. You know what? Mono, you're 100% right. I just realized there is no... Oh, no, there is a radar. He's got radar. He's got radar. If he builds Toon builds up a radar more out in this area, right, then they'll be able to actually see a bit more. Well, it actually goes all the way out there, so it should be fine. But the commander getting overwhelmed by a bunch of pawns. These pawns actually do a lot more damage than you'd think. But yeah, Toon, tell him, get off me, get the heck out of here. The commander being all the way out here is a little bit sketchy, a little bit more on the dangerous side, because these pawns can overwhelm very quickly if you let them. So it looks like we're doing okay so far. This little grave robber out here getting energy all by himself, living on the front line, having a good time. But yeah, if this commander stays by himself, you know, who knows what could happen here. But looks like Poo Man is building a wall, getting ready for the push from them. So it looks okay. So far, nothing too crazy is happening besides the fact that these pawns are back here wreaking havoc on this metal extractor that had a turret. And let me tell you, took it down. Took it down. A lot of pawns went down, though, too, as well. How much metal are these guys worth over here? 431 in metal here. If they're able to get the grave robber over here to start resurrecting, which is exactly what's happening here, Toon is just getting plenty of troops to be able to rebuild and start building up the army, because right now they are currently taking the army lead, but not the resource lead. We got a couple of grunts coming over here on the edge here. They're just both poking at each other. I hear cars coming out. What do we got going on here? We got brutes. Heck yeah. Looks like Toon is switching over to having both bots and vehicles, which is something super cool that we can see now that they're doing that. So that's super awesome. Can't go wrong with a little bit of variety, but that's a lot of resources that are going to have to be put in there. These pawns getting through a little bit. Oh, they're going to have to use the resurrected pawns to take these guys out. There we go. But he's delivering them 2 extra pawns for all these extra guys that are down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 extra troops that they can go over and resurrect. These are a bunch of free units that Toon is receiving from Poo Man. And as we know, the army value is what really matters. Matt says his friend. Heck yeah. Good to see we got friends in the chat here. All right, we got the brutes coming through. The brutes are much bigger, and so they're going to be able to take a lot more hits. It looks like Toon is putting a lot of pressure on Poo Man, bringing his whole army down here. But if he's able to see that he's building aircrafts, then he might be able to react to this soon enough. But we'll have to see what happens here. The brutes, they have a lot more health. They're able to push right through. Is he going to be able to see? He does not see that he's building aircrafts yet. So he might not be able to have enough time to react to the fact that these aircrafts could cause him a lot of trouble. And what is he starting off with? Poo Man is starting off with the Stormbringer bombers. These bombers can really turn the tide of this battle, because Toon, his only thing that he's got going on for him right now is his army advantage. Right now, they're pretty dead even on the metal per second, but losing on the energy per second. Poo Man's resources on the energy side is going to be able to help him get a swing on the metal side here, hopefully. But he needs that energy advantage because of the fact that ships, they require a lot. Or aircrafts. Aircrafts require a lot of energy to build up. We got a little scout coming in. Little tick, resurrected tick. Was he able to see it? Let's see. He was not able to see it quite yet. He does not know yet that these aircrafts are being made and getting ready to come out. Thun is kind of put in a really rough spot here if he does not find out about these aircrafts and react to them. What's crazy is the amount of pressure that Poo Man is able to still keep up with the troops that he is already creating. Is still able to create on both ends with both bots and aircrafts. Still able to build them up very quickly. But here they go. We've got Banshees. We've got Stormbringers coming out. Getting ready to put on the pressure. The Banshee is shown. Aircrafts are shown. Do we have anti-air? We have 1 anti-air coming up. This is the SAM turret. This is the big anti-air turret that they have coming up. Coming from Toon's side. Here comes the bombers. Bombers coming in. This is a Poo Man classic right here. Build bombers. Build Banshees. Big hit on his economy. Holy cow. Toon's economy taking a big hit here, as well as the fact that these Banshees are putting the pressure on these guys. Oh, even more. Toon's economy getting a big hit there. His energy swing goes all the way down to 240%. Unbelievable. These Banshees coming in, though, and still wreaking havoc on all of these metal extractors and turrets that are here on the front line. Here comes the tower, but not enough energy because the energy that Toon had is now officially all gone from, not all gone, but a lot of it has been taken away. Unbelievable. This is the swing that Poo Man needed to be able to take the advantage away from Toon. Toon only not able to do really that much with these towers. These towers are doing quite a bit of damage, but not enough. Getting blocked by the dead tower that was there. Putting the pressure on. And there goes a lot of metal. These things are not cheap. And these Banshees are all lined up, ready to go. And what do we have being built back here? Nothing fancy quite yet. From both sides, nothing too fancy. But we got the Brutes coming out, putting the pressure on these pawns. These pawns are getting outranged. Yep, there we go. The pawn's getting outranged by the Brutes. Can't just don't walk up too close or you're going to start getting hit by them, but it does not matter. They got the anti-air in there. This is a really good line of units here. They've got the Brutes to hold the front line, resurrected pawns and grunts. You can see from the halos that they've been resurrected. And he's got the Trashers. These Trashers are really good anti-air that they need for the Tier 1. The Tier 1 anti-air is really good in the beginning. And how many Banshees we got sitting over here? Just 3. Nothing too fancy. But here comes the big line from Toon. There we go. Nothing too fancy happening here. This feels like Raptors. Yeah, I mean, with the huge amount of pawns that keep coming out, that's understandable. Oh, huge line of Banshees coming in. We've got 16 Banshees coming in. He's scouting it out with the Falcon. Poo Man scouting out with the Falcon. Poo Man putting the pressure on both sides here, though. The resurrected Brutes as well from the Lazarus, being able to resurrect those. Pushing in from both sides. Not able to really do too much because these Brutes are taking a massive amount of the damage for these pawns to be able to just run right through. If these pawns are able to get to these anti-air turrets, then they're really going to be able to just wreak havoc on the base. But it looks like just a steady stream of troops coming in from both ends is just going to be able to... Oh, it's going to be hurting Toon's base way too much. Holy cow. That is swinging everything towards Poo Man's side here. And Poo Man, I think Poo Man's sitting pretty at this point. He's able to sit pretty. And as we can see here, the Tier 2 advanced vehicle plant coming out on the Armada end here. As soon as that thing gets completed and you got Tier 2s coming out, I think Poo Man takes this away. Because I don't see how Toon's going to be able to recover from all of this damage that has happened here. Because once Poo Man gets those Tier 2 metal extractors, his metal per second is going to skyrocket. But Poo Man needs to get it out as soon as possible. Faster the better. Got the Jaguars, the Lightning Tanks. These are really good against big groups of units, which is exactly what Toon has been doing. He's been grouping his units up in a really tight space in one big Zerg of dudes. But these Brutes are able to push through this front line. The hard thing is he doesn't know. Toon doesn't know that these... Yep, there they come. The Jaguars are coming in. Will this be enough to be able to hold back, though? These Brutes, I don't know if they're going to be able to push right into the base as they need to. This is Toon's only chance to put the pressure that he needs. But with the way that Poo Man's base is, they're not going to be able to get much of a reaction from all the base. But, you know, they can slow them down as much as they can. These Jaguars really shredding these Brutes to pieces. Yeah, I don't see how Toon's going to be able to bring this back. They're bringing in anti-air, bringing in a couple of pawns, but that is just not enough. You know, realistically, Poo Man is taking advantage of all of the air. Poo Man's taking advantage of the land. The amount of advantage that Poo Man has right now is very heavy. The Banshees coming in, taking these out. Oh, taking out all the metal extractors. Yeah, Toon is just getting hit from all different angles. Toon was able to get a aircraft plant up to get a little bit of anti-air, to react to these guys, but realistically, all these guys hanging out back here could be used as well. They're just kind of hanging out in the back, making sure they don't come over into this corner that has nothing in it. You know, here comes the banshees coming in to take out the pawns, the resurrected grunts, the resurrected pawns. Really, Toon's just trying to get any pressure that he can, but it's just too little, too late at this point. Here comes all of the Jaguars. The Jaguars coming in. Oh my goodness, just zapping. Look at all this damage that these brutes are taking. These brutes can only take so much damage. These tier 2 units are very bulky. They have, 1,200 health almost. Yeah, they have almost 1,200 health. There's the GG coming out from Toon. G freaking G. He tried getting up his own tier 2, but it is just too little, too late. The resource battle was won by Poo Man. The aggression battle was won by Poo Man. And the strategy battle was won by Poo Man. Poo Man did have a very rough time in the beginning, but realistically, as you can see, that huge swing that he needed from the aircrafts just made him skyrocket up on everything that he needed to get. So realistically, Poo Man, he took it there. So huge game, super fun to watch. That was awesome. G freaking G's. Way to freaking go. Great job on both ends. They both fought valiantly. That was awesome. Couldn't get out. Yeah, I couldn't get out. Got pressured. The pressure was crazy. All right. Here we go, baby. Now we're moving on to map number 2, Prismic Anomaly. This is the brand new map. We've seen it once already so far this tournament. We're going to see it again here. I'm really excited. I'm so pumped to see this. Good boy Thunfist having a radar should help defending. I agree. F's in the chat. Oh. Poo Man, where'd you go? Where's game number 2, Poo Man? We're not done. Cause Poo Man come back? Where'd he go? Alright, let's go find him. Dude, we gotta see who wins the second round. Come on, baby. There's Poo Man. There he is. Welcome back. All right, they're starting. Here we go, baby. Here we go, baby. Get back into it. Here we go. We're getting back in there, baby. Dude, this is so exciting. Oh, man. This is the last game we potentially might be watching this tournament. Big shout out to everybody for coming out here today. It has been really awesome to be able to cast for you guys. It's been super fun to be here. I really appreciate everyone who's come out, and I really hope that we keep this up, keep rolling, baby. This has been super cool. Beyond All Reason has been an awesome game to watch. It's been an awesome game to play. It's been so fun to have everyone here helping each other out, cheering for people. It's been super cool. Toon, have you ever played Legion before? Question mark. Ooh. Are we going to see some Legion? Right now he's hovering Cortex here. Poo Man hasn't placed their commander. Oh, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Poo Man. Hovering the Legion? Potentially? Potentially? Here we go. I'm freaking ready. Let's go, baby. This, like we said earlier, the pyramids are really good at hiding vision. So, like, if you have a radar up, you can hide your troops behind it. And that's really all about thinking. That's, like, all you can really use them for. Yep, we've got Poo Man on Legion, baby. Heck freaking yeah. Let's do a little small rotation here. Yeah, look at this man. Look at this beautiful man right here. This little radar on his back. I love it. I love it. Legion, baby. Dude, they're so freaking cool. But can't go wrong with Cortex, right? Cortex is the GOAT, too. Look at him. Those power packs on the back. Heck yeah. Dude, I'm excited for this. Cortex versus Legion. Here we go, baby. But yeah, like we said with this map, it's very, very flat. Very flat. It's very much, you know, you can come from any angle. You can do a lot here. There's a lot that you can take from here. You know, you got the 2.1s, metal pretty much everywhere. It's just scattered everywhere. So it's just been, yeah, it's been really cool to see that, you know, this map is just all about take your space, do what you can, play around the pyramids, and, yeah, play around vision. Vision is all that you can really do on this map for the most part on, you know, outplaying. And because it's so wide, you can come from any angle. What we saw from the last game on this map is that, you know, they went and took each of their sides throughout here, right? So they went up in this way, and then they built a massive amount of spam and pushed in from this side and pushed in from this side. So it was really cool to see how they're able to do that. And so they were able to push from all different angles and everything. So it's really cool. Really cool. But yeah, it was really cool. I'm stoked for this, dude. Here we go, baby. We got bots. Yeah, we got bots coming in from Poo Man. And looks like we got vehicles coming from Toon. Heck yeah. Vehicles versus bots. Cortex versus Legion. I love it. Heck freaking yeah. So, things are looking good though. Things are looking awesome. Coming in right through the middle here, we've got the goblins, right? So the goblin coming in, lighting up the rascals. Holy cow. These guys may not move as fast as all the other scout units, but they do a good amount of damage. And then we've got centaurs coming in. Nice. These guys are running them down. Centaurs are very close range, fast units. All about getting in your face, get in there. These rascals, though. Rascals causing trouble. Little rascal. Ah, you little rascal. So, yeah, looking good so far. The centaurs moving out. So the last time we saw Legion, they really pushed for building a lot of lobbers rather than centaurs, because centaurs, they do cost a bit more, but you know, if they're able to traverse this map much faster. With this map being much larger, I think that's more of an advantage than moving much slower. At the same time, if you're building more of a slower strategy, if you go with more of a slower strategy and you build your way outwards slower, then I think that the lobbers might be a bit better because of the fact that they're cheaper and everything. Run, little construction guy, run! The rascal got him! No! Womp womp. This one little rascal being chased by everybody, causing all the trouble. This guy has taken out 2 units. This dude causing all the trouble. There it goes. See you later. But we're getting a lot more pressure here from Poo Man as well. Poo Man bringing in the goblins, bringing in the centaurs. Doing a very similar strategy he does with Armada, right? You know, you bring in the ticks, you bring in the pawns. This time it's centaurs and goblins. Oh, yeah, look at that. Good defenses coming in from Toon. Things are looking good here. But, yeah, you can see how much these pyramids really cut off vision. Like, you can't see a thing over here on this side. But, yeah, you can see. Toon can't see anything in this area because of these radar towers are being blocked by these pyramids. This is like a huge blind spot for him, realistically. Oh, but look at this little guy go. Look at him go. He's running. See you later. Easy peasy. But yeah, so that's a huge blind spot that Toon has that he needs to be aware of, that this radar will not see anything coming in from this side. And the soonest he'll be able to see it is by this little angle right here. And that's pretty late if they're coming straight into his base. This is a big open area that he's really susceptible to if he, he doesn't build up that radar and really start paying attention to it. But, the same thing goes for Poo Man, right? He doesn't have nearly as much radar as Toon has. But his radar is in such a way that it's covering pretty much, yeah, he just doesn't have as much vision. So he's more susceptible, but he's putting on the pressure so he knows where things are at and where they're coming from, at least from this angle. So we're going to see if Poo Man's going to take advantage of this blind spot here, because let's go ahead and take a look at his view here. He doesn't see any of this coming. Look at this. Now he sees one centaur, two centaurs. They're now just showing up. So, you can see that there's just a lot of stuff here that, you can't really see. There's just so many things coming in. From his view, this is a huge blind spot. They just disappear. And if Toon takes advantage of that, you need to know, like, this is a huge blind spot for you. You don't see them till they're already in, which is insane. But he's also putting a little bit of pressure with his incisor here. Pew, pew. Heck yeah. But Poo Man here, putting on a massive amount of pressure as well. Going straight into Brutes here. Oh, this Brute's getting shredded, though. Look at the amount of damage those centaurs the goblins are doing. Just slowly picking at him. Just boom, 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 boom. But that Brute was able to still live, which is insane. Just kidding. I lied. But, big metal delivery over to Toon here. If he takes advantage of this metal delivery, he can start taking plenty of metal here. Nice little bit. It's still, he lost quite a bit. He lost this metal extractor. He lost a turret. He lost quite a bit there. So, and these turrets cost 90. So he's just getting paid back for the destruction that was caused to him. These goblins are putting in so much pressure, and these centaurs are just running in. Poo Man sending a steady line of troops to just put in that pressure. He has that blind spot still that, Poo Man looks like he really took advantage of that. He doesn't really see any of this coming. So lots of other radar on the other side, though, so this is good. Like, these are decent radars being built here, but these pyramids are cutting off so much vision from them. That's what I said. Like, this is the big problem that you have to deal with on this map, is that these pyramids, I don't think you can even build on top of these pyramids either. So you're stuck having to deal with the fact that they are there. Right? Yeah, you can't build on these pyramids, as you can see. You can build next to them, but yeah, you can't build on them. So they're a big nuisance if you don't respect them. But here comes the centaurs. Here comes the incisors coming to defend as much as they can. Right? Putting on the pressure. We're chasing them down. Holy. Yep, and he sees that he's built out here to the side, so he's putting on the pressure. It's like the name of the game. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Yep, and as you can see, these solar collectors, they start to close up. When they close up, they take, I think it's half damage, but they no longer give you production. So if you start hitting all these solar collectors, you have no more energy coming in either. So if you're able to just go in and hit the solars, he loses a lot of energy as well. But it looks like these incisors are defending just enough, which is really good for Toon. But, they already lost another metal extractor, and that's losing them the advantage. Actually, because of the fact that they're moving all their stuff out here, they're using the exploiters. These exploiters are so much more, though, is the problem. These exploiters they cost a lot more resources to build, so you're not going to be able to build up as much of an army as you can see from the army advantage. But really, it's actually looking pretty okay because of the fact that they started building out on both ends, which it looks like they're both just kind of shooting out. No one's really building in the middle except for Poo Man, though, because Poo Man knows he can take advantage of that middle area. So I don't think that Toon's going to have too much more of metal per second advantage. But they are building so many of these exploiters. They are very expensive. We'll have to see, though. These brutes coming out. Centaurs, brutes, goblins, the works. These brutes they can take a lot more hits, and so they're going to be just fine. Losing one metal extractor there. Commander trying to defend as much as possible. But, they're doing just fine. Toon may be losing a few of these metal extractors here and there. The problem being is that Poo Man's building a lot of these metal extractors in the middle. And just like in chess, if you have control of the middle, you have control of the majority of the board. So let's see if Poo Man's going to be able to defend these metal extractors here in the middle. He's spreading out a lot of his resources, to be honest. Holy cow. Yep, these incisors are starting to take him down. These guys, Centurions are moving in. Centaurs. Sorry, Centaurs. Centaurs moving in, going in, reacting. No problems here. Nothing too fancy is happening. These incisors taking out the metal extractors. Toon is now officially seeing that a lot of these metal extractors in the middle were taken by Poo Man. He now has the middle advantage, but these corners here, let's see how well these turrets are going to be able to actually defend. He's building up construction, a guard tower. Looks like they're actually doing a decent amount of damage. They might be able to defend themselves. The construction vehicle pulling circles. These goblins doing a lot of damage. But it looks like his investment worked out to be the better. Oh, man. Is he just going to try he's just going to try and come and build on top of it. But he just realized, let's see if he ever realizes it. If you don't know, you can actually take these construction guys and you can eat the enemy metal extractor and steal the metal coming from it. So you go in and eat it, that would be the way to go. But instead, he's just going to bring in some brutes, blow them up. That works too. We got a bit of a pressure here coming in from the brutes, from Toon. Toon's starting to get a little bit more of an advantage here, but the Helios are coming out now. Helios do a lot more damage than the things that Poo Man has been bringing out. These Centaurs are just running straight into him, though, blocking the bullets for the Helios to be able to do the damage that they need to do. This Helios accidentally killed the friendly Helios. There is friendly fire. So that's why you don't want to stand your dudes right in front of each other, because you can accidentally hurt your own dudes. Held them off really well. Getting some resurrected units here from the incisors. Resurrecting with the grave robbers. Huge damage coming in. So now things are starting to move more towards Poo Man's advantage once again, potentially. But realistically, Poo Man has lost a lot of resources in comparison to Toon. Toon is now taking the resource advantage, and also he has built up an airbase. He has trauma from the last round from Poo Man building up any form of air, and so now Toon is now officially building up a lot more air to defend himself this time. So building up these beautiful Valiants to help defend their base as well as any outskirts. And as you can see, Poo Man, I don't think has any thoughts of going anything involving air quite yet, because he just heavily invested in the vehicles of Legion. So, yeah. Realistically, we're just getting a big push. He's got a little bit of everything here. Poo Man's got a little bit of everything pushing in from on this bottom side, but he's also getting pushed in from Toon's side here on the northern side. Toon's starting to build a line of units over here to come and help defend. We're going to see what happens. These are not... this one metal extractor does not have a turret on top of it, but that's all right because Toon's going to be able to catch Poo Man off guard over here. Man, this map is starting to look a lot more red. Toon is really starting to take the advantage here, which is insane because Poo Man had such a huge advantage by having so many metal extractors here in the middle. I don't think that Poo Man... Yeah, okay, just kidding. He's building the overcharged metal extractors now. So he's got those up and going. But these brutes, they are a menace. And these brutes are starting to make it all the way into the main base, though. Oh, almost took out this one solar collector. Trying to get the... He's got the one brute in. Metal collector. Oh, man. These solar collectors are now closing. No more energy coming in from here. Able to get a couple. Nothing too fancy, but energy is so important for the Legion. Opening right back up. Because everything costs so much energy for them to be able to use. So valuable, but right now, Toon is taking advantage. Has been taking advantage on every single metric: metal, energy, metal production, energy production, army value. He's got everything under his belt. Now, granted, his army value is a little bit skewed because of the fact that he's got all of the Valiants flying over his base right now, defending him. Yeah, these brutes, they're really taking charge here. Yep, they're getting absolutely blasted. All right, cool. Brutes getting blasted now. This is a constant back and forth, but Poo Man has been stuck to his corner. He is bleeding in resources right now. He's building up his air now. This is a lot that Poo Man is trying to build up, but he has no more metal extractor. He has no more energy. He has hardly any energy. He is really thinned out all of his resources. You can see here on the bottom right and on the top here, Poo Man has like hardly any resources coming in besides energy. And that's just not enough. He needs to get more metal extractors up and going because right now, Toon is building turret metal extractor after turret metal extractor after turret metal extractor. These exploiter after exploiter after exploiter. These things, he is just going to be able to hold down these different areas. These exploiters are really good on these larger maps because of the fact that they can somewhat defend themselves, especially since Poo Man only has enough resources to build small units, and these small units are just not enough, which is why these Helioses are going to be the only thing they're going to be able to help him take the hits necessary to take these out. But you know, it's a lot that goes into them. So much damage has to be taken in order for them to take out one metal extractor, which is different from Toon. Toon is able to just go in, take his stuff, get out if necessary. But realistically, he's just gonna ball up his brutes. Might as well just go for it. Here we go. We got each of them have their own balls. We got one here and one here. Okay, we got Poo Man's ball. We got Toon's ball of units getting ready to go. Let's check each player perspective. Right now, Toon has no idea about the ball coming in. He thinks the threat is here. He doesn't know about the threat down here. But then Poo Man, whoa. Whoopsies. Poo Man now officially seeing all these troops coming in on his base. He left a few dudes back to come and defend, but realistically, these brutes are going to be able to rush right through these tier 1s. Little dudes, but this drone plant is not up yet. It is not ready to go. These brutes are able to now circle the base. Poo Man has his commander stuck right in the middle. He's not able to come out and degun any of these brutes. These brutes are now going to be able to just come in, wreak havoc, take his whole base. Poo Man is not going to be able to recover from this, I don't think. This is going to be so difficult for him to be able to do anything from. because this is his everything, except for a few metal extractors outside here, but this is his everything. He's now begins to swarm his commander. He's got this one brute sitting on top of his commander saying, ha ha ha, I just took your whole base. Poo Man really just in shambles here on his base. And his group over here, it's honestly falling apart and not really being able to do too much. The commander taking a little bit of damage. He has lost everything in his base. Poo Man has nothing in his base. Oh, 31 HP, holding on by a thread. Honestly, all that Toon needs to do now. Oh, big D-gun getting one dude down, another dude down. Man, Toon had his commander out, ready to go. His commander took a little bit extra damage, but realistically, he was able to defend with his commander because it was in a better position. Rather than it being right here, like in the middle, it was out here ready to go. And we can see Tier 2 coming out. These Tigers are ready to play. These guys are ready to go. I don't see how Poo Man's going to be able to recover from this unless he gets a miracle and is able to de-gun every single unit. I don't see how he's going to be able to recover for this. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, no. But Toon starting to move all of the metal extractors towards his base. Poo Man thinking that he can come in and just, start eating all this stuff, but that's not going to work because there's a turret here waiting for him. Holy. Unbelievable. And here comes the Tigers coming out. The air base is starting to build up any form of anti-air, but that's just not going to be enough. What's cool about these anti-air fighters is that they're also scouts. So these guys can also go out and scout on their own. Other scouts, they don't have any for... Oh, these Tigers, dude. These Tigers. Oh, ripping them to shreds. Oh, man. These brutes and Tigers. Gross. Oh, man. What's surprising is the fact that Poo Man has built metal extractor, metal extractor, metal extractor, metal extractor. Look at all these metal extractors he has built up. He is actually building up quite a few and putting his presence on the map that he does not have, which is insane that he's able to put up all this quote unquote pressure. But realistically, he's just trying to get as many resources as he possibly can that he does not have. And look at these Tigers go. These Tigers are just able to run right through and leave enemies in their wake, doing so much damage. And as you can see here, we also have a fusion reactor. This fusion reactor is giving so much energy, 1,100 energy to Toon. And Toon will now be able to start building whatever he wants now at this point. He can build just about anything besides Tier 3. He can just go ham because his resources are far exceeding Poo Man, and like I said, Poo Man needs a miracle. He needs these fusion reactors to blow up right now for him to have a chance here. Poo Man moving his commander in a better position this time. Let's see if he's going to be able to get these D-guns off, because that's going to be the only way that he can counteract these 4 Tigers coming into his base. But all these Tigers need to do is outrun the commander. Now that they see the commander, just need to outrun him. They also outrange the commander, so this commander can also potentially just get killed if they're able to outrange. This one Tiger staying at a near perfect range. He's within D-gun range, but Poo Man doesn't take the advantage. He needs to move back. He needs to hide that commander because right now the commander is at 30% health, getting blasted by these Tigers. These Tigers coming in, wreaking havoc. Just need to chase down that commander. Chase him down, but don't get too close. Here we go. Boom! There goes Poo Man. G frickin' G's. That is a 1-1.
Ended.
G frickin' G's. That was an amazing match to watch because Poo Man had such a huge lead in the beginning, but realistically, Toon was able to go and build that beautiful line. And, I questioned his strategy on building turrets. I keep forgetting their names. The exploiters. I question it because they're very expensive, but realistically, those exploiters saved him from anything coming in from the side. It saved him several times, and so I think that he did an absolutely phenomenal job on everything. Holy moly. Excellent game, fellas. Great job. That was awesome to watch. Gee freaking G's. Awesome. Now, let's go ahead and head over to the bracket. Let's see what we got going on. Any other games going on? And it looks like things have concluded. Everyone is finished, and let's see who came out on top. It looks like Tal came out on top as the winner. Congratulations to Tal. Way to go. GG's. Score with a 3.5, ranking number 1, with a 301. Good job. Holy cow. 3 wins and 1 tie. No absolute losses. Dude's an absolute unit. G freaking G's. This was an awesome event. Thank you guys so much for coming out. This was really awesome to be here. I appreciate everyone for all their effort. GG's to everyone who participated in the tournament. It was awesome to watch you guys. You guys all, did a great job. It was awesome seeing Legion being used. It was so cool. Really appreciate everyone who's also supporting. If you liked what you see here today, don't be afraid. Come check out more of Neb's channel. He's awesome. Absolutely love him. He let me come and cast here today. You can go ahead and also check me out on Twitch. Check me out on YouTube. _BigFellas on Twitch, and the BigFellas Gaming on YouTube. So really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for coming out. It was so fun to be able to cast this. It's been an absolute blast. And yeah, honestly, really appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you so much. And I hope you guys all have the absolute best day ever. Peace.